But I got on the man them still. Right now, the next fight is Kelvin Davis versus Peter Dobson. I literally said I'm only going live for the last three fights. Um, and to be honest with you, the only reason why I'm going live for the last three fights is because I actually think the Brian Norman Jr. fight shouldn't go the distance. You know what I'm saying? The Brian Norman Jr. fight shouldn't go the distance. So in my mind, if I'm going live, I should be live for a minimum 2 hours. So I anticipate this live to be on for a minimum, from maximum like 3 hours. If it's on for longer than 3 hours, then this is a major miscalculation. In the UK right now, it is 2:03. On the way in, you might hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and that. So I anticipate by 5 o'clock this live's done. I could be wrong though. Big up, yeah, shout out to you, bro. Shout out F-Tex, FM boy. When is B Norm fighting? B Norm's fighting supposed to be co-main, so after this Peter Dobson fight. It's mad because I only know Peter Dobson from his fight against Conor Ben. That's literally probably the one and only time I've ever seen this dude fight. I've seen Kelvin Davis fight as well. He fought Albright before. So I don't know if that means much. I mean, he's already lost to Albright, but in terms of the actual fight itself, it doesn't really mean much. You see, going live for fights like this year is, in actual fact, bear with me for you, man. Bear with me for actually a second, because I actually forgot something. Literally bear with me for a second. I literally just deep something. I'm not sure if Rance is coming on. I'm literally gonna send him the link now. I'll be real, I haven't spoken to Rance all day. So if he does jump on, that'll be a pleasant surprise. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. But yeah, bear with me for a second. Yeah. Sorry for that quick advertisement break and that. You might hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video and that. You can clearly tell, bro. I was always going live for this fight, but I was like, when do I actually want to turn on the live stream? Because I watched the fight before this, and I'm like, well, I didn't watch all of it. I watched some of the fight before this, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really think it's worth me going live for this fight. So I'm like, with the Peter Dobson fight, I'm like, do I just go live for the Brian Norman and Keyshawn? But I'm like, Bunny, the longer I stay awake and not do anything, the harder it is for me to stay awake, period. Like by the time like Brian Norman Jr. finished fighting, I'll be wide awake. But I'm hoping some of you Keyshawn Davis fans pull up still, because you need to see your guy get cooked still. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, you might smash the like button, obviously. Lot of you Keyshawn Davis fans. We're talking a lot of shit in the not shit, but you lot were defending this dude in the stream earlier today, and I, 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 and I, kind of, found it surprising. Found it very surprising how all of you man were just talking. I didn't really understand. Blizz, bad weather, big up Shane. Keyshawn has no discipline. Missing weight is wild, but I'm here for it. Where's Nick? Nick, that means you weren't here for the live earlier today. Yeah, Nick's not gonna be on this live today still. Nick wasn't on the live earlier today. Nick wasn't on the live. He's obviously not on the live now. If he jumps on, no, he ain't jumping on, but Nick will be on Monday for a football show on Monday. You think Keyshawn loses? No chance. Keyshawn wins this fight. I don't know how he wins. Um, I've never doubted Keyshawn's ability in the ring ever. I've never doubted Keyshawn's ability in the ring. My reservations for Keyshawn is always outside the ring. You think Davis is getting cooked? Nah, I think he wins. Okay, bless. Wait, Keyshawn missed weight again. Yeah, you missed weight yesterday. Um, is Rance gonna join? I don't know. I know Rance went Doncaster in it, so I don't know. I haven't spoken to Rance today. I'll be honest with you. I've been busy all day, so I literally came home just to do the Dave Allen live. When I came home, I didn't even like go on my phone. As soon as I got home, you could even see I was still in my jacket. Turned on the Dave Allen fight on the zone and started watching it. So I haven't spoken to Rance. I sent him the link, so if he wants to jump on, he can. But I am not 100% sure. I do know though. He's probably gonna want to watch the fight because Rance is a massive Keyshawn Davis fan. Um, I mean, I guess to a certain degree, I'm a Keyshawn Davis fan as well, but I just don't believe Keyshawn Davis is a fan of himself. Keyshawn Davis is a perpetual self-sabotage. I don't even know another adjective to describe this dude. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this guy, like when J. Cole says they don't want to be saved, don't save them. Well, he says that about a gal in it. But Keyshawn Davis is the epitome of that, bro. Like these niggas can't be saved, bro. These niggas are just made to be are just made to struggle through life, blood. Most of the hurdles that these guys climb over are hurdles that they put in front of themselves. And then at the end of their career, they say no one didn't do shit for them. I'm like, my nigga, you didn't do shit for yourself. You didn't help yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't want better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you always speak about your brothers and all of that, but bro, like you ain't even been an example for these dudes. You weren't even an example for these dudes, bro. You've conducted your career for your entire for me, even in the amateurs, bro. Because of how limited you think of yourself, that's why you ended up turning professional when you turned professional. That's why your career ended up the way it is. Because I think most people will make the argument that Keyshawn Davis ain't that isn't less talented than Devin Haney, but he's the same age and he's accomplished not even half the stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's just yourself. Like these guys just don't want to be saved, bro. Keyshawn is a typical nigga from the States who don't care. Um, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta understand like that doesn't always work in boxing. Because I think about a lot of fighters from the States, especially young black boxers, and they may be unprofessional in life, but they take their boxing career serious, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they see it as a genuine escape. For me, Keyshawn Davis reminds me of a kid that actually didn't come from the block and actually didn't come from hardship because I don't think he looks at boxing as a form of escape. Do you know what I'm saying? Like some people have literally come from the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear Tank talk, for everything I may disrespect Tank sounds like a dude who comes from the trenches. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I understand when a fighter comes from, you could tell that they're looking at boxing as a form of escape. I don't think Keyshawn looks at boxing as a form of escape. I think Keyshawn looks at boxing as a form of I think he looks at it as something that he's good at. Happy you're covering this fight. Yeah, salute. Shout out to you, my bro. To be honest with you, I don't know why you'd be surprised. I cover pretty much every fight, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I cover pretty much every fight. And you covering decent at least. Raw, Jimmy Lennon Jr. is doing top rank shows now. That is interesting. Jimmy Lennon Jr. has historically only worked on Showtime and PBC. Um that's mad. Is he decent at least? Yeah, he can fight. He's got good fundamentals. He ain't he should win this fight as well, but he ain't like no elite talent or nothing, but he can fight to a certain degree anyway. Yeah, smash the like button, obviously. You might subscribe to the channel. More subscriptions on the channel is what we need. For American fights, what I will say is like, if it's the right American fight, we get the right audience. Do I think today would be the right audience? I'm not sure. The thing is, to go back to a point, I don't know who said it. AM Collection says, glad you're covering the fight. You see the fights like these, yeah? Oh my days. Look at him, gal in the middle of the ring. It's mad. Distracting and that. You see, I just lost my train of thought, bro. I need to get back my train of thought. You see fights in America, yeah? I'm not even gonna lie. If you get the right fight, you get the right audience because not a lot of people cover American fights, especially in the UK. You got obviously the American channels that cover American fights, but other than the normal, I mean, I try to cover everything, especially if I'm already gonna be live for it or I'm already gonna be watching it. I'd probably have already watched Keyshawn Davis, so me being live for it doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have been live for it anyway. Um, Shout out, love my bro. You are from Dominica and Jamaica. Big up Dominica still. Big up Dominica. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. We are two fights away from the main event. Peter Dobson, who most will remember from his fight with Conor Ben. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Yeah, I actually really want to just hear from the Keyshawn Davis fans. That's who I really want to hear from today. Because if you're a Keyshawn Davis fan, you might as well be a how can I say? You might as well vote for Trump because you think he's gonna build a wall to keep Mexicans out. Because the truth is, yeah, a lot of the things that Keyshawn Davis talks about, there is just no substance to it. Just like a Trump supporter. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this, there is no substance to half of the things that Keyshawn Davis says, bro. This dude is just a waste of talent. Like all that talent and ability is just a waste, bro. He is just a waste of talent. All that talent, all that ability, all that pedigree, all that background, all the promotion, everything for what? For nothing, bro. This dude is just like, oh, part of me just feels sick. You know what I'm saying? Like you just let down your whole team, bro. You just let your people down. That's what I'm saying. I genuinely look at Keyshawn Davis and think like, this nigga ain't fighting for better, bro. Like this dude is just fighting because he can fight. I don't know what this means still, but hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Keyshawn seems to just happen to rather fortuitously be a great boxer with little ambition in contrast to someone like Devin. 100%. Like, this is why it's so important to have a dad in your life. I'm not saying Keyshawn Davis don't have a dad in his life, so I'm not saying that. I'll never disrespect him like that. But Devin is where he is, partly because of his ability, but more than anything because of his mindset and how he's been conditioned and trained throughout his career. Devin is always believed and has always been told that he's the best. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you listen to someone like Bill Haney, Bill Haney was talking to Andre Ward one day, and he was like, Shakur Stevenson fight is easy. And he was just, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But if you've been listening to Bill Haney your whole life, this dude will, yeah, I can understand why this dude used to be a pimp. Because this dude will make you believe in Santa Claus, bro. Because for the most part, the most important thing is about being able to capture your fighter's mind. Do you know what I'm saying? To engage your fighter's mind, to make them believe. Do you know what I'm saying? Boxing is all about, like Don King used to say, I'm in the hope business. And all I do is sell hope. Do you know what I'm saying? This was a very, very poor first round. Do you know what I'm saying? But as long as your fighter has belief, do you know what I'm saying? If he wants it enough, Teddy Atlas always talks about it. If a fighter wants it enough, then they can overcome every hurdle. It's all about belief and desire. For me, that's why I feel like Anthony Joshua's done. Because Anthony Joshua's best days are behind him. And it's okay for your best days to be behind you, but you can't know that as a fighter. You always got to believe you're one fight away from being at your very best. You know what I'm saying? Like Arlie used to tell himself all the time, I'm 35, but I've never felt better in my life. You think he's telling that to you? He's speaking to himself. Sometimes fighters got to lie to themselves. And the issue with Keyshawn Davis is he might genuinely believe that he's the best, but he don't genuinely believe that he can show it because there's too many. He's already cocooned himself because he don't want to fight Shakur. He's already cocooned himself because in his mind there's already a ceiling of what he can achieve. Do you know what I'm saying? No substance is mad. These other guys don't want to fight. They, even if you okay, I'm glad no layers is here. I'm glad no layers is here. That means I've got a guy to debate for the next 20 minutes. Um, Even if you want to say other guys don't want to fight him, Keyshawn Davis has never shown me that he's willing to go to the ends of the earth to make big fights. And I say that to say this. Keyshawn Davis ain't taking less money to make a fight. Keyshawn Davis ain't traveling to another person's country to make a fight. Keyshawn Davis ain't signing to another promotional company to make a fight. Keyshawn Davis isn't leaving Jay Prince to make a fight. Keyshawn Davis ain't leaving Top Rank to make a fight. So the issue with Keyshawn Davis ain't willing to fight Shakur Stevenson to make a fight. When you've already put hurdles, or not even hurdles, but parameters that you're gonna fight within, I can't see how. Yeah, I can't see how you can then say other people ain't doing X and other people ain't doing Y or Z. The truth is, you're the person who has to make the concessions, bro. When you're on the outside looking in, you have to make the steps to come inside. Pause. Why for that? But you have to make the steps to get inside, bro. You have to make that. Other people ain't gonna do that for you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're looking at those big names. You have to make the concessions, bro, which I don't see Keyshawn Davis willing to do. All he's shown me for his entire career is a great talent, but his unprofessionalism, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's personally not maneuvered his career the right way. And there's no way, even as a Keyshawn Davis fan that you are, you can't tell me that he has, bro. This blonde hair guy is pants. I can tell already. To tell you how crap he is, he lost to Conor Ben. So that should tell you how crap he is. Okay, but what if Keyshawn moves up to 147 after this fight? Is that a step in to get inside? Well, my first issue is the fact that he wasn't willing to move up to 147 the fight before. That was my biggest grievance. But making a step up to 147, in theory, makes sense. But it would now, because he's missed weight, it doesn't look like he's moved up to 147 because he's making the right career choice. It looks like he's moving up to 147 because he has no choice. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, when Shakur Stevenson moved from 130 to 135, I don't think that was the right career choice. I felt there was still big enough fights at 130 for him that was bigger than the fights that he ended up fighting at 135. When he fought Nakatalia and who else did he fight? Conceição and all of them man at 35. I thought you might as well have stayed at 40 and kept your unified title, fight Oshaki Foster, fight Navarrete, because those fights are bigger than the fights at 35. But his body outgrew 130, so he had to move up to 130 for 135. I don't know, and I can't hand on heart say Keyshawn Davis is moving up to 47 to chase big fights. I can speculate, but I think the better estimation is he's moving up to 147 because he can't meet 140 no more. To be fair, Keyshawn wants smoke with everybody. Why should he have to rub out Shakur or he get rubbed out by him? He ain't even had 20 fights. Let him go first. How do I want to answer this question? There is nothing I've ever seen that shows me Keyshawn Davis wants to smoke with everyone. I'm calling fighters out isn't how fights get made. You are mandatory at 147, 140, and you didn't enforce it. I don't understand that. You were signed to Top Rank, so was Teofimo Lopez, and you would have been a mandatory for Teofimo Lopez, and you didn't enforce it. And you allowed Shakur Stevenson to first you because he's your big brother. What the hell is that, bro? You said publicly that you're gonna let your big brother fight him first, and then you want him next. What kind of sloppy seconds behavior is that? What behavior is that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't show ambition, bro. At 130, at 135, sorry, you showed that you were willing to call fighters out, but the only guy in the division that you ever, for me, you still haven't fought anyone that gets you to that pound for pound level. And you haven't conducted your career in the right way. So yeah, he's 20 fights in, but he's moving to his third weight class, bro. He's moving to his third weight class, and his only world champion that he's dethroned is Boachuk or Baranchik. Can't remember this dude's name, the Ukrainian dude. That's the only, and it was a great performance. Do you know what I'm saying? But his career has been mismanaged. Like, bro, he's going to his third weight class and he's a one weight world champion. I mean, and we could speculate because let's keep it real, bro. Like, what real work has Keyshawn Davis actually done? His resume is wafer thin, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what has he actually done, bro? He said Top Rank wanted to make the Albright rematch, so he just went with it. I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about before Shakur even moved to 140. In fact, what fight did he? Oh, bro, this is what's annoying because I'm talking about before the Jermaine Ortiz fight. Before the Jermaine Ortiz fight, like he should have been fighting Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez shouldn't even have fought. As soon as Teofimo Lopez fought Arnold Barbosa, you should be enforcing your mandatory, bro. And another thing, that's another thing, because when you was at 40 and you decided to move to 40, you only moved to 40 because you couldn't make weight at 135 no more. That was the only reason why. You didn't make weight at 135. So he didn't even move to 40 for the right reasons. So when you got a company like Top Rank who invest in fighters, who build fighters, you're unreliable because I would have probably had a plan for you at 135. But because you missed weight, you've now gone to 140 and I don't have a plan for you. You've gone to 140 and instead of enforcing a mandatory, you've just wait, what who just asked that question? Yeah. You no layers. The problem that you have is, bro, this is my biggest problem with Keyshawn Davis. You signing with Jay Prince or being with Top Rank, you haven't even tried to maneuver your career in the right way. It's just following instructions. And the problem is with that is you're the fighter. You are the fighter. So at the end of the day, regardless of what Top Rank say they want you to do or not, the WBO have their rules, bro. If I moved to 140 and I was a champion at 135, I'm mandatory. I don't care what Top Rank want or what Top Rank don't want. I'm mandatory. Enforce that mandatory. And the problem that he has is the reason why he never enforced that mandatory, according to his own words, is because Shakur Stevenson wanted to fight. Why do you care what Shakur Stevenson wants? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that. Yeah, facts, Shane. Yeah, 1 week world champion with that talent is mad. Trust me, bro. This dude is so talented. You can make the argument that he's as talented as Shakur and Devin, but he has nowhere near the resume and nowhere near the accomplishments. So what does that make sense? Like, I hear you, my bro, but why didn't everyone say the same thing with Charlo and Spence until the other day? Charlo's a former undisputed champion, bro. What are you talking about? Charlo is an undisputed champion. What are we talking about, bro? Charlo's run to undisputed at 154 is stellar. What are we talking about, bro? I hope you're talking about Jamal. Because Jamel is a former undisputed champion. So regardless of how you want to look at it, this dude's a Hall of Famer. And Spence's resume at 147 was nuts, bro. Not Furman, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Kell Brook. This dude's resume is stellar, bro. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? I think this event is setting up Keyshawn versus Brian Norman Jr. You can't say that, bro. You can't say that. You're only saying that now because Keyshawn missed weight. But before this fight, you would have thought Keyshawn's campaigning at 140 and and Brian Norman Jr.'s campaigning at 147. That's what I'm saying, bro. Because of his unprofessionalism, we have to invent a road for him that he didn't invent for himself. That's the problem that we have right now, bro. When a fighter misses weight, he's basically saying you can't make the weight no more. But you haven't accomplished anything at this weight class. I can't lie, I like Keyshawn, but saying a next man can fight your boy and you know your boy is going to win, and then you say you will fight Teal after he loses is a mad thing. Bro, I don't know what to say to that. That is just terrible behavior. Charlotte has dominated a division. Facts. Um, Spence came to the UK to fight Kell Brook. Exactly. Keyshawn Davis will never do that. Keyshawn Davis would never do that because Keyshawn Davis has the same amount of accomplishments as Abdullah Mason, and that's all you need to know, bro. Abdullah Mason is a puppy in this thing, and Keyshawn Davis has the same level, same accomplishments as this dude, bro. That is all you need to know. Keyshawn Davis was trying to son Abdullah Mason and say what he was saying. Oh, he was say what he was saying about Abdullah Mason and say, oh, he's not ready for this. But the truth is, bro, Abdullah Mason might be more accomplished than you because if Abdullah Mason beats Joe Cordina and then goes into a fight with Murataya, he could be unified champion, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what have you done in your career to son Abdullah Mason? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. I can't lie. I thought Keyshawn was moving up regardless because he was calling the top 147 guys. Okay, cool. So why didn't he move up before this fight? Because he was calling those dudes out before this fight. And if that was the case, then why move to 140 in the first place? What are you doing? Like, you didn't accomplish anything at 40. So why are you moving from 140 to 147 just chasing fights, bro? Because you can't come back down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, a prime example, no layers, is O'Shaki Foster. O'Shaki Foster is a prime example of a fighter who who struggled to get big fights because guys haven't fought him. But you know what O'Shaquie Foster does? He conducts his career professionally. He fights guys that gets offered to him and he just wins. I know he lost to Conceição, but O'Shaquie Foster is a guy called him out, he took the fighting forward. Fulton, apparently he might fight Navarrete after this. Like for me, Foster is a prime example of a guy that don't really have much smoke behind his name, but he's still getting big fights, bro, because he's conducting his career in the right way. Yeah, it is mad. Yeah, yeah. Charlo versus Spence makes sense, by the way. Same metric. They both cleaned up their weight class. No, Spence didn't clean up his weight class, though. I don't know what you mean by that. Spence never cleaned up his weight class. Mason Cordina is a good setup for Abdullah. Yeah. I mean, Mason just needs some learning fights. I think Mason can beat Murataya. Murataya isn't flawless, but obviously definitely gonna need the fight still. Keyshawn pisses me off. A fight I was keen on, as he seems to be about the smoke but unprofessional. Why do people think he's about the smoke? What has he told? What has he shown you that he's about the smoke? What has he shown you? That's what I want to know. What has he shown you to be about the smoke? What have you seen? I don't know. I ain't seen that. Yeah, he had bare issues in his career, but he's been professional in his career. This is a guy who's lost fights before, but he's still in big fights now because he's conducted his career professionally. Do you know what I'm saying? Which Keyshawn just hasn't done. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Bear man watching the video ain't subscribed. So you man subscribe to the channel. Literally 5-minute advertisement break and that. You man subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. You know the maddest thing is I still can't believe Bob Arum is still promoting. Like this dude is work is but you gotta give this dude credit, fam. Like levels, you gotta give this dude credit. This fight has been trash. I don't know what you expected, bro. Like this fight is between a former Conor Ben opponent in which Conor Ben won. You know what I'm saying? Like levels. Like what we doing? Because Key does the crazy eyes things. Yeah, I don't know why people think he's on smoke. Why is he on smoke? What's Keyshawn done in his career for why he's on smoke? I don't know. Like people just listen to people's words, innit? Like people would tell you that Jail Patai is on smoke. I mean, Jail Patai hasn't shown me anything in his career other than enforcing a mandatory against Bradis for why he's on smoke, bro. I haven't seen him do anything that makes me believe that he's on smoke. People need to stop listening to dudes' words, bruv. Look at these dudes' actions. Why is he on smoke? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the same people that hate on Devin. Devin's actions show me he's on smoke. Do you know what I'm saying? His actions show me that he's on smoke. Bam Rodriguez's actions show me that he's on smoke. Benavidez' actions show me that he's on smoke. Do you know what I'm saying? Usyk's actions show me that he's on smoke. What actions have you seen from Keyshawn Davis that show you that he's on smoke? I don't listen to guys' words, bro. I don't listen to guys' words. I'm talking about actions. So you said he's calling guys out. That don't mean shit to me, bro. Blair Cobbs is calling guys out. What does that mean to me, bro? That don't mean is Blair Cobbs on smoke because nobody called out more guys than Blair Cobbs, bro. It is Shannon Briggs on smoke. This dude went on a flipping boat to chase Klitschko. What are you talking about, bro? Words don't mean nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Words don't mean nothing. I don't listen to fighters' words, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Words don't mean nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? A fighter will tell you that I've had the best camp in my life. They will lose and then tell you that the camp didn't go well. So you can't listen to fighters' words, bro. You gotta listen to look at fighters' actions. And you say he's fought tough guys. He's fought guys that other people have beaten. That's what he's done. I don't know. I don't know what tough fights he's fought. You know what I'm saying? What tough fights has he fought? Yeah, Devin is on smoke. Devin is on smoke. Devin is a guy who, at 22, it tried to enforce a mandatory against Lomachenko. At 22, he enforced the mandatory to the point where the WBC had to upgrade Lomachenko to franchise champion. Then he went all the way to Australia and took less money to fight Kambosos. He then rematched the dude in his hometown. He came back and fought Lomachenko in a voluntary defense. He then went to 135. He at 135 said, "Cool, Shakur, you want the fight? You can get the fight for 25%," and offered Shakur Stevenson a fight with a physical contract of 25%, which I thought was more than fair. He then moved to 140 and looked at the landscape and said, "Who's the best available fighter right now?" and fought Regis Prograis. He then fought Ryan. After Ryan missed weight, he still proceeded with the fight, refusing to enforce a same-day weigh-in, refusing to do that. He then moved to 147 and said, "Who's the best dude available at 147? Let me fight Brian Norman Jr." If that's not on smoke, I don't know what on smoke is, bro. This dude has conducted his career professional and has chased big fights his whole entire career. That's what you call actions to prove to be professional. You can't tell me one action Keyshawn's done to be professional. Yeah, not professional that shows he's on smoke. Name me one action. Hitchens and Keyshawn move the same way. Hitchens even worse. Hitchens actually is even worse. Hitchens Hitchens won a world title and then defended it against Kambosos. Him and Teofimo Lopez was signed to the same manager. And he called out a fighter that didn't have a belt, standing next to a dude that had a belt in his weight class. What are we doing? Him and Teo were in a video together saying we both want Devin Haney. Devin Haney. Bro, I'm like, bro, you man are in the same weight class. You man both have a belt. Devin Haney don't have a belt at this weight class, and you're both calling him out. That was disgusting behavior. Disgusting. Opataya is smoky. What? Name me one thing Opataya has done, action that proves to you that he's on smoke. What has he done in terms of his actions? Not his words. I don't want to hear words. I'm talking about actions. How is Devin not on smoke? That's what I want to know. Bro fought Loma, went to Australia, beat 147, went to 40. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm saying. That's actions. What Mali is talking about is actions, not words. Even every time Devin moves up, he fights the best available, best guy in the division. Facts. Guys like 5 inches taller than Loma. That shit was a mismatch, and he still lost. Whether you want to say he lost or not is neither here nor there. He fought Lomachenko in a voluntary defense. Who fights Lomachenko in a voluntary defense? Who fights Lomachenko in a voluntary defense and then offer Shakur Stevenson a fight? Who does that? Who do you know in boxing that does that? Name me one fighter that you know that does that. That fights Lomachenko in a voluntary defense. Voluntary. You just became undisputed and you fought him in a voluntary defense. That's what I'm talking about, Mally. These are actual actions. Man, them are, you know what, yeah? You guys sound like females, bro. You guys fall in love with people's words too much, bro. You need to look at these dudes' actions. A dude will cheat on you 5 times and you say you will never cheat again and you go back to him. That's what, you know, when you have girls like that, that's what you guys sound like, bro. The problem is people get caught by Keyshawn trying to prove himself that he's on smoke. That's why he talks so much and does little. I 1,000,000% agree. Because you guys fall in love with dude's words, bro. Shakur enforced a mandatory and then Dev ran to 40. He enforced a mandatory by turning down 25% and said he wants 50-50. Shakur Stevenson's the dumbest dude I've ever seen. You know when you enforce a mandatory, you only get 30% maximum. So why did you turn down 25%? Does that make sense? When you turn down 25%, you enforcing a mandatory is pointless because when the WBC enforced the mandatory, the maximum they can give you is 30%. That's the maximum. And you turned down 25% because you wanted 50-50 and then enforce the mandatory like the WBC are gonna give you 50-50. Does that make sense? If it goes to purse bids, you get 30% maximum. Maximum. You get 30% maximum. But you enforce the mandatory to get 50%. How does that make sense, bro? Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense. This is what I'm saying, bro. I don't think you actually want to go down this rabbit hole, bro. I don't think no layers quit while you're behind, bro. Quit while you're behind. Because this was treacherous behavior from Shakur Stevenson. And I'm a massive Shakur fan. Devo is definitely professional. He ain't on smoke, though. How can you say that? How can you say that? Keyshawn's last fight shows he's smoky. Oh, he's smoky in the ring. Keyshawn is definitely smoky in the ring. Keyshawn is a great fighter. I've never questioned Keyshawn Davis's ability to fight. I question his ability to be professional. I question his ambition. I question his desire. I question his mentality. I don't question his ability to fight. You will never not ever hear me question this dude's ability to fight. You will never hear me question that. That dude is $1 million, bro. That dude is a real deal. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get. I'm more disappointed in Keyshawn because of that. He can actually fight. That's why I'm annoyed. He can actually fight, bro. That's why I'm annoyed, bro. He can actually fight. Doomsday Ultra Boxing. Shout out to you, my bro. I don't know if you're new. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now we all have to put respect on Haney's name. Like he said, they say everything, but let's fight. Facts. Shakur didn't want to bet on himself. I agree. Truth teller Maxwell, I agree. You can't be on smoke if you ain't backing up in the ring. How is he not backing up in the ring? This guy's a freeweight world champion, the youngest ever undisputed champion in history. What more do you have to do to back it in the ring? I don't understand. This dude's younger than Shakur and achieved more than Shakur. What are we talking about? That's the only thing Haney's got, his bravery. Whoa, bravery's got him a far place. Bravery's got him very far. 25% is disrespect. They know Shakur wasn't that dead. How is that a shit offer? You're getting 25% in your first ever fight at 35 for undisputed. How is that dead? Shakur had never fought in a pay-per-view before. Shakur had never fought in a pay-per-view before. He had never fought for undisputed before, and that 25 is a dead offer. If you enforce a mandatory, the maximum you get is 30%. So what are you talking about, bro? You have no belts. You have 0 belts, bro. You've never fought in a pay-per-view before, but 25% is a dead offer. Enforce the mandatory and get 5% more then. That's what you do. Is that what you do? How are you going to get 50% by enforcing the mandatory? No layers. Do you actually know that? I don't know if you actually know that. You know, with the WBC, you know, if you enforce a mandatory, the maximum you can get is 30%. Did you know that? I don't know. Did you actually, no layers. All jokes aside, did you actually know that? I actually want to know if you knew that. Jai has the knockout power similar to Golovkin, 100% knockout record. Just the division is weak. No. Jai Opataya had the opportunity to fight anyone in the world when he became a free agent and decided to sign to a company that says they don't recognize belts, and then was surprised when he got stripped. You were a free agent and you were able to sign to anyone, and you didn't sign. You didn't go to Top Rank and say, "Yo, can you make me an offer?" You just signed to whoever paid you the most money. You didn't do nothing other than turn into a mercenary. This guy fought guys like, and I've seen Jai Opataya fight live. Like when people say, "Oh, you hate on Jai," bro, I've actually paid hard-earned money to watch this dude fight. This dude's a real deal, bro. He's a great fighter. But I've seen 2 fighters come from 168 and unify the division. In the meantime, you fought man like I even know who you fought, bro. You fought man like Jack Massey and all of them man there, bro. You've been terribly managed through your career as well, bro. Like these dudes actually have poor management in their career. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am him says I hear you. F Texas says facts. Samson said these guys are dumb. Media narrative is all they can follow. That's why they rate everyone who does nothing. I agree, bro. You know for sure Loma pieced up. Piece up your guy. Who's my guy? Who's my guy? I only respect people who actually. I respect Devin because Devin actually fights fighters. He actually goes out and fights good fighters. But I don't actually know that for sure. I thought it was a good fight. It was a great fight. If you're gonna say Lomachenko won, then that's fine. I mean, Lomachenko publicly said that he took the 12th round off. I mean, I don't know what you're doing still. Devin's got another Garcia humbling coming soon, potentially. Devin will lose again because Devin actually chases big fights. Devin was a guy who actually asked for the Boots fight at 47. I thought that was a disaster waiting to happen. I think Boots will beat Devin, but I can't discredit a man's bravery. 30 is more than 25. Why didn't Devin take it? Because Shakur wanted 50%. Why am I? If I offer you 25% and you then enforce a mandatory to get 50%, but you can't get 50%, there's no point me taking that fight because I offer you 25%. I don't need to fight you. You need to fight me. I'm already undisputed. I gain nothing from fighting you. Zero. I'm already undisputed, bro. Why would I do that? If you can't take 25%, then why am I going to go through a process of going through purse bids and I could just move up to 140? You refuse. You should. This is what I'm saying. If you're on the outside looking in your first ever fight at 135, why are you not gambling? Why are you not gambling, bro? Gamble on yourself. If you think you're gonna beat me, bro, take this 25%, bro. I'll tell you the truth, bro. I'll tell you this for free. And I know I'm not a boxer, but you see, if I feel like I can beat someone at someone, bro, I'll fight you for free, bro. If I know I can beat you and I will achieve the ultimate accomplishment in boxing, bro. And here's the thing. When I listen to Shakur Stevenson fight, Shakur Stevenson, whenever he talks about Devin Haney, he don't talk about Devin Haney with the same vim that he spoke about Tank. Because with Devin Haney, there's always an asterisk. When he wanted to fight Devin Haney at 35, he wanted 50-50. When he wanted to fight Devin Haney now, he's like, I'm only fighting Devin Haney at 44. I'm not fighting him at waterweight. Bro, why would I fight you at 44 when I'm a world champion at 47? Does that make sense? The only way you believe Shakur wanted to fight Devin is if you aren't able to make reasonable conclusions. Or reasoned conclusions. Haney's the only one willing to take risks. No, other fighters are willing to take risks. I think Ryan Garcia is willing to take risks. I think to risk his all. Sorry, I think Ryan Garcia is willing to risk his all. I think Ryan Garcia is willing to. Well, Ryan Garcia is not undefeated anymore anyway. Plus, Devin had to pay all the sanctioning fees. Devin took 20% for Cambosa's first fight. Yeah, he did. Jai is just a crybaby, and then he went to Zafar. I could go on all day about Jai Patai, bro. Jai Patai is even worse. Shakur didn't need a belt. He was already a big name. How can you say he was already a big name and he's never fought in a pay-per-view before? What are you talking about, bro? He's never fought in a pay-per-view. His biggest fight up to that point was Oscar Valdez. What are you talking about, bro? Or Oscar Valdez that got beat up by Navarrete. What are we talking about, bro? How is he a big name? He's never fought in Devin wasn't even that big of a name. None of them were a big name. So what are we talking about? He wasn't a big name. A big name is Tank. A big name is Ryan Garcia. A big name is Canelo Alvarez. A big name is Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. Those guys are big names. You can make the argument that maybe Shakur's a big name now, but he weren't a big name then. If a man beats you in a competition and cheats, you better take your loss and stay humble and accept the loss. Shakur ducked Haney. He should have taken 25%. Mayweather took a low percentage to fight De La Hoya. Facts. Because he knew he was going to beat De La Hoya, so it don't make a difference. Dev wanted that Boots fight when Boots was moving up to 154. And he said only have the fight at 47 when he could have had the fight at 52. Why would he have the fight at 52 and he's never fought at 47 before? That doesn't make sense. I don't think the fight should have happened anyway, but I hear what you're saying. That 25% Shakur was offered was probably more money than Shakur had ever been made in his career. I don't know if that's true, but it definitely would have been the biggest accomplishment of his career. So it don't make a difference. Chris Mannix has this fight one round up to Davis. I think Davis is fought like absolute shit, to be honest with you. But what can I say? You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and that. They both young, got plenty of time to fight. I agree. I agree with that. Shane, you can't reason with people who will rearrange the facts, make up things. But I'm reasoning. Obviously, this is a YouTube channel, so I'm just talking what I need to talk. You know what I'm saying? We agree to disagree all the time. You know what I'm saying? We agree to disagree all the time. Still, I ain't got no problem with people's comments, bro. It's just conversation. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to just up the subscribers because man them are watching the videos but not subscribing to the videos. If Peter Dobson did need this round to win, he ain't gonna win because he's losing this round. That 1-2 has worked all night. Davis off the southpaw stance. You can tell what type of style he has, but really and truly, he's got no inside game at all, bruv. Even Tank ducked Haney off it. Yeah. I think Tank is different though. I think Tank's one was a bit different. Shakur said 144 because he wants to stay at 135 or 140 because it's clearly waiting for he's clearly waiting for Tank. Potentially, you're probably right about that. Samson fighting a man on drugs doesn't mean you shouldn't. You should. I don't know what you're trying to say there, but I agree with you. Where's Nick? Nick is at yard probably. And Shakur's an idiot for not backing himself. Imagine if he had took the fight, he'd be set from an early age. Facts. So if I cheat against you and drop you 3 times, will you accept the loss? I think Devin Haney, the loss against Ryan Garcia, will always be something that will hang over his head. So no matter what happens, he's gonna have to take that fight. Because that loss will hang over his head for the rest of his career. I don't know why Pete Dobson's got blonde hair, bro. I don't know if he lost to Conor Ben, so he thought, you know what, I'm gonna imitate him. Do you know what I'm saying? They say imitation is the sign of flattery or something like that. My man is literally imitating the guy who beat him. I don't understand. Why are these men coming with these Ellen hairstyles, bro? I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. He can't fight on the inside to save his life, bro. This dude is not a pocket fighter at all. And Peter Dobson, bro, that guy can't fight to save his life either. That guy's needy, bro. Ryan doesn't want to get GBG on Rolly. Yeah, that's true. Only in boxing can you cheat and still get credit for the win. I just think it's how he won. It's how he won that lives in people's mind for a long time. That will live in people's mind for a long time. It's the fact that he won in the fashion that he did. You know, he won in great fashion. Yeah, man will catch the highlights later. Samson, man, drugs don't turn Garcia into Beterbiev. Bro, I don't even know how we got in the Ryan Garcia discussion. But Michael Perkins, you and Samson can debate that still. He kept catching Haney with that shot, 100%. It was terrible. That's the fight I'm looking forward to see. Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Foster. I think that's going to be a great fight. But I think Oshaki Foster's got this fight still. Hopefully they can make the winner of Oshaki Foster and a Ford versus Navarrete. Hopefully. Every round Haney didn't get knocked down, he won the round, so that should tell everything. All it tells is that Ryan Garcia can't box, but I don't mean much still. I don't think so, you know. I don't actually think so. I don't think so. I rate Raymond Ford still. I rate Raymond Ford highly. I just have a feeling that Oshaki Foster's gonna use that enthusiasm and that energy against him. Raymond Ford fights very emotional. Oshaki Foster's very level-headed. You know what I'm saying? And the speed will cause Oshaki Foster problems early, but I think Raymond Ford's it's very easy to get accustomed to his pace of fighting. Um, and Raymond Ford doesn't go through any gears. Do you know what I'm saying? He fights his pace and his style. Whereas Shaki's got a little bit more levels to him. I could be wrong. Bro, yeah, I'm not even gonna read that. But I hear what you're saying. Oshaki wants that Shakur fight if he wins, so I don't think that Navarrete fight will be next. I mean, someone like Oshaki Foster, I think he will take the fight that's available to him. I don't think the Shakur fight will be available to him unless Top Rank are willing to put up the money for it. But if Shakur's signing to Zuffa, then I don't see how him versus Oshaki happens still. And from what I know, apparently he's already signed to Zuffa. Apparently, yeah, apparently he's already signed to Zuffa. So, mm. Well, the next fight up is Brian Norman Jr. Let's see how he's recovered since the loss to Devin Haney. You know, I mean, before the loss to Devin Haney, a lot of people were looking at him as a guy to challenge the likes of Boots and take over the division at 147. But we'll see. Samson, I agree. I don't think Shakur fights Foster. I know he said he will, but I don't think he will. So is Zuffa backtracking on the belts thing? I don't know. We'll have to see. You know, if they do, then if I'm Jao Patai, I'm even more pissed. But I don't think Shakur will fight on a Zuffa show. I think Shakur will fight on a ring show as a Zuffa fight. Because Zuffa boxing, their shows, they're not trying to run boxing fights off a loss. So they're not gonna overpay Shakur Stevenson to fight a nobody. I think Shakur's getting big money, so is Devin getting big money. And I think they're getting big money to fight big fights. Where you no layers? Where are you from? Because it sounds like you're from that side. You must be from New Jersey, bro. Because you definitely support those guys from New Jersey. And ain't no fault in that. You can support the guys from wherever you want to support them, but you definitely want to support the guys from New Jersey. So it sounds like you're from New Jersey. I don't think Shakur's fighting Foster still. I mean, Raymond Ford has a chance of beating Oshaki. He definitely got a good chance. But if you were to put, if you're asking to put my money on a fight, I'll put my money on Ray Ford losing by unanimous decision. It might be Conor Ben who faces next. Potentially. Thoughts on each of the Davis brothers. Um, it's difficult to say. It's very early. I think fundamentally they're both quite good. I think Keon looks the better of the two, but I think fundamentally they both look quite good. But I think it depends on how they maneuver their career because, like, if you're following their brother, then bro, the way their brothers move their career, these guys might as well retire from now because it's mad. Add Shakur to fight Smith or Russell. Shakur versus Anton Russell's a great fight. That's a great fight. I don't see the Dalton Smith fight happening. I don't see that fight happening. I don't think Shakur cares about undisputed or unifications. Shakur only cares about what fights make him the most money. So I think Shakur wants Tank. Especially now Tank's out of retirement. I think Shakur wants Tank. Or out of prison or wherever this dude was. Nah, bro, I'm from the UK. I just been following Shakur, Ford, Keyshawn their whole career. Um Fair enough. You definitely must be a rants guy then, innit? Like you definitely must be a rants guy. I don't know how much of Raymond I don't know how much of Oshaki Foster you've seen, but Oshaki Foster can box still. I think he beats Ford. I think you're gonna watch that fight and be very disappointed in Ford's performance. Though I'm not gonna lie. I think you're gonna be very disappointed. But I just think Ford's gonna get handicapped of his main weapon and attributes because once Shaki gets accustomed to his pace and the speed advantage that he has, I think Shaki just outboxes him, bro. But I could be wrong though. Kelvin does look good fundamentally, but he faded away in the second half of the fight. I don't actually feel like this is the thing about fighters who have older brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of these guys they come into the game with a lot of enthusiasm and energy, and they might have a lot of natural raw talent. But that only gets you so far. Do you know what I'm saying? That only gets you so far. Shakur even said himself he'd prefer to be undefeated over undisputed. Yeah, that's crazy. Ryan Garcia said he's fighting Ben on the 9th of December on stream. He might be lying though. He might be. He might be. I mean, that's a shit fight though. I see him fighting Tank, Ben, Ryan, or a complete mismatch before those three. I don't know what these dudes are doing. I don't know what Zuffa are doing, period. So until they start actually making these fights, I don't know what they're doing. Now I've watched Foster, he's cold. He threw me off after the second fight with Conceição. He is a great fighter though. No, that second Conceição fight wasn't great still. I actually thought the second Conceição fight was closer than the first one. I think Shakur definitely wants to be Floyd. This dude cried when he lost in the Olympics. So he definitely ain't gonna want to lose in the pros. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the truth is, Shakur's an all-time great, but he doesn't have an all-time great resume. Shakur has one great win on his resume. Do you know what I'm saying? He has one great win, and that's Teal. And if Shakur continues going in the way he's going, he will just go down as a guy who had so much ability but never fought no one. Because even though he beat Teal, and I give him credit for that, the way he's maneuvering his career is like, I just want whatever's the biggest money fight for the least amount of risk. Like this dude hasn't shown me that he's willing to take risks and bet on himself, which tells me that he's not as confident as people think he is. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We need some more subscribers on in on the channel. A lot of you man watching and not subscribing, so we definitely need more subscribers on the channel. Um, you man, yeah, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, bro. Now people are talking about Brian Norman Jr. versus Keyshawn Davis, yeah, but I think that fight's only happening because Keyshawn missed weight. I think Keyshawn Davis stops Brian Norman Jr. as well. That's the worst thing. I think Keyshawn Davis stops Brian Norman Jr., but we'll see how that fight goes. We are currently, I don't know if we're going into the co-main event now, but we should be. These guys should be doing their ring walks at some point because we've been, like, that fight went the distance. So it's currently 3 o'clock now. I expect them to be doing the ring walks at any point now still for Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. needs to look good in this fight. You know, he needs to look good in this fight still. But I do think Keyshawn Davis beats him. He can call out Haney all he likes, but that doesn't mean shit to me. Him calling out Haney doesn't mean nothing. Like, honestly, it doesn't mean absolutely nothing. Apparently, they're talking about Diego Pacheco versus Hamza Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz will beat Diego Pacheco still. He'll beat him down bad. No one is talking about it, but Rashidi Ellis is ranked number 2 in the WBO at 154. Do you think he's on a resurgence? Who's WBO champion? Is that Sebastian Fundora? No, I want to say Xander Zayas. I think Sebastian Fundora is WBC. Yeah, it's Xander Zayas. Potentially. I mean, Rashidi Ellis, at one stage was supposed to be that dude. I remember they were trying to make Rashidi Ellis versus Boots. I mean, he's a good fighter. Rashidi Ellis actually can fight. That's the worst thing. He actually can fight. But I don't know if he's gonna be a guy who's gonna be like pound for pound, or win at the top level. Or no, in fact, I don't even think. I know he's not gonna be one of those fighters. But he can actually fight still. And they ain't beating any of the top guys at 54. I mean, Rashidi could potentially beat. I'm gonna say, could he beat Josh Kelly? Maybe. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Maybe he can beat Josh Kelly still. I was very disappointed in Brian Norman Jr. missing weight still. Because after you lose to Devin Haney, I wanted to see this dude jump back on the horse and jump back in the horse, like, you know, show me that it was just a blip. You're young, you can come back. You decided to make changes in your camp. You got rid of your dad out the camp. But the first sign of this was you missing weight. I don't understand that. That don't look good to me. It don't look good at all. His style might match up against Boots. No, he just get cooked still. What's your thoughts on Spence versus Zoo? I mean, fundamentally, Tim Zoo is probably the worst fight for Spence to come back against. But if Spence has still got it, then he might be able to cause Tim Zoo some problems. But coming back against Zoo in your first fight is a bit mad. But the fact that he's gone over to Australia for it tells me that he's probably just doing it for the money. Because that man pay a bag over there still. Pacheco already ducked Shiraz. Eddie Hearn said he's not ready. Okay then. I didn't actually know that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, definitely. Subscriptions need to go up, bruv. We need some new subscribers. Like, man, them are watching the videos, but not subscribing to the channel. Like, we pay people to subscribe. Like, we charge for subscriptions. Like, subscriptions is free and that. Like, levels. You man want us to stay in the field picking cotton, bro. Like, we're trying to get to the promised land and that. You know what I'm saying? Like you man support black people, support your black brothers. You want come on, man. We're trying to get better and bigger. Spence looking a lot heavier than he did last year. Spence is fighting at 54 or 60 or whatever weight class this fight's at. So to me, it'll be interesting to see because he was a guy who relied a lot on his size and his weight and his punch resilience. I don't know if he's still got that. I mean, if I'm Tim Tszyu, I'm looking at Errol Spence as a lick. Man like Brian Norman Jr. Drawing Ronnie Shields or with those other dudes in Texas. Um, be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, his first fight after the loss and he missed weight, so that don't look great. That Pacheco brother is so paced. Um, the thing is, yeah, I actually think Pacheco has more heart than he's giving off. I think one day we're gonna see Pacheco in a fight where he just bites down and we'll be like, yeah, now this guy can actually fight. Norman is gonna stop this guy in the 6th round. How do you guys think this fight ends? Is it stoppage? Is he going to go the distance? Is Brian Norman Jr. going to look impressive? I think he will still because this dude is up and down like a flipping like the Tower of London, so or Tower Bridge or whatever they say. Do you know what I'm saying? This dude is up and down, so you should cook this dude. But with these gal in this that's doing the ring card thing is distracting me. If he beats Zoo comfortably, how do you think he will fare at 154? I think he's coming back for the. Yeah, I'm not sure. The one on the right's not really saying it, but the one on the left's mad still. Um, I don't actually think he's coming to do that. I think he's coming back to just make big fights. Him versus Charlo will be a big fight still. Man, I'm saying Norman by KO. It depends on if he has the same style or not. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to know if he has the same style where he imposes his size and his strength and his will. Because that won't work against Zoo still. Zoo will piece him up because Zoo's big. Zoo's a big dude. And for all that it's worth, Zoo is very hard to discourage. Like he's very, very, very hard to discourage. Like this guy just keeps coming forward. Like when Barkram was beating the dog shit out of this dude kept coming forward. You might want to retype that still. Did you see how I don't know what you're talking about. Retype that, my G. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know, anybody who's new, subscribe. We'll be live for pretty much every boxing fight. We'll be live next week for the Giasov versus Jack Catterall, Hamza Shiraz, Alexander Usyk versus Rico fight. What the F? This card has been trash, Bob Arum, you know. The truth is, at least there's names on the card that we actually know. That Queensbury show earlier today was trash. That was trash truck juice, bro. That was trash. Um, key. In my opinion, I think Brian Norman Jr. is gonna knock this dude out in the first 4 rounds. This is the perfect fight to make Brian Norman Jr. get his confidence back and look good. You're gonna see Brian Norman Jr. come out aggressive and look for big punches early. When you lose in the way he lost, he's gonna want to prove a point, which makes even more, which makes even worse the fact that he lost his the fact that he missed weight. Brian Norman Jr. already looking just like significantly faster than this dude. I don't know. That was a terrible left hand that he tried to land. Brian Norman Jr. needs to be careful though, because this enthusiasm that he's got and energy that he's got can be used against him. Not in this fight, but in other fights. That wasn't a knockdown, yeah. But I've already seen that this dude don't like Brian Norman Jr.'s power. So Brian Norman Jr. ain't gonna get a career knockout of the year knockout in this fight. This dude's just gonna get beaten like a bad school child. It is fight night, bro. It's fight night. You want to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I think around the world was another guy who was big on Keyshawn Davis as well earlier today. So I'm trying to remember. Shane, did you see Baumgardner was moving in that clip with that streamer brother? No, I didn't see it still. What was she doing? Michael Perkins, what was she doing? Brian Norman Jr. looks quite calm and then he just explodes into action. Um, Fundamentally, Brian Norman Jr. makes basic mistakes, but he does have good power. He does have good athleticism. You know, and he one thing he does have is he's got time on his side because he's so young. This dude is all right for Brian Norman Jr. This dude, he's all right for Brian Norman Jr. He's everything Brian Norman Jr. needs to look good. Good body shot there from Brian Norman Jr. I don't see this fight going to the second half of the. I don't see this fight going to the second half still. Because if I'm Brian Norman Jr., I'll try and go through the paces and the levels quite quickly. Because he's got the timing of this dude, especially in the pocket. What happened, bro? What happened? Um, what happened? What did she do in the stream? Obviously, I'm not gonna lie though. I'll tell you the truth, Michael Perkins. Yeah. You see, Alicia Baumgardner. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say because this shit's on live. But let me just put it this way. I've been around a lot of famous people before, and when I met Alicia Baumgardner in Vegas, I didn't get a famous girl vibe. She didn't come off as a person who understood that she was famous. I don't know if you lot can read in between the lines when I say that, but she didn't give off that impression still. Like, what a left hook from Brian Norman Jr. That was a great shot, and it's definitely hurt that dude. The way he responded, one thing we can say is Brian Norman Jr.'s left hook is surgical, and yep, he's putting his punches together. This should be the end of the fight now. The dude's done. This should be the end of the fight. That was a great left hook. All of that action came from the left hook from Brian Norman Jr. And when he started his attack, he was surgical with his punches. He didn't just throw flurries. He picked the right shots. Yeah, this fight's over. This fight's over. This fight's over. Wave off the fight, ref. Wave off the fight. The dude don't want anymore. Brian Norman Jr., just go over there and throw a flurry. Just go over there and throw a flurry. I don't know if Brian Norman Jr. wants rounds, but just go over there and throw a flurry. This has been an impressive performance from Brian Norman Jr. He looked, yeah, rave off the fight, ref, man. Rave the fight off. The guy doesn't even want to be there, bro. Look. Wave the fight off, bro. Wave the fight off, ref, bro. What are we doing? Save the guy from a beating, bro. Come on. Over and under 20, over under 4 rounds. Definitely under 4 rounds. Let's get this over now. When Norman pushed him down, I clocked he didn't want to be in there. Facts. Brian Norman Jr. looks laser focused. I'm telling you, this fight was made for him to look good. AB would in this era would be perfect. I don't know about that. A lot of these will cook this dude. Yeah, she is good food. Trust me, proper good food. I see her, but I'm telling you, I'm not telling you nothing. I'm just saying, very friendly. Man's faking his shoulder. Bro, wave off the fight, bro. This fight's done. I don't know why he gave him extra time. Why are you giving him extra time for? Yeah, the fight's over. He's waved the fight off. He's saying he's got a shoulder injury, but the truth is the dude just got beat. He got beaten down still, and it was gonna be over anyway. Good win for Brian Norman Jr. He looked good. I said this fight was made for Brian Norman Jr. to look good, and that's exactly what happened. He looked like $1,000,000. It ain't almost over, my nigga. It's over. It ain't almost over at all. This nigga didn't last 4 rounds. I thought he was gonna go at least to round 4. Um. The thing is, this win don't even make Devin Haney look good because this dude looks shit, bro. Yeah, definitely light work for B Norm. I can't even gauge where B Norm is with this fight because this dude was so shit. She was friendly, but most girls in America are friendly. She was just very. She doesn't behave like she's famous. Let me put it that way. Like when I met Clarissa Shields, she behaves like she's famous. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's a bit of layers between brother. I've been around a lot of gal in my life, innit? I'm just saying, I've been around a lot of girls in my life, and Alicia Baumgardner just came across as a very attractive woman. She didn't come off as a celebrity. Do you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't come off as a celebrity. Like I'll give you I'll put it in a way where I definitely doesn't mean I would have got anywhere, but I would have. I was never in. There was no thought in my mind thinking about shooting my shot with Clarissa. There was no thought in my mind because Alicia, Clarissa Shields is a celebrity. Alicia Baumgardner, if I was in a different situation, I can't tell you what situation I was in, but if I was in a different situation, I would have definitely shot still. And I shoot shots even if I know I'm gonna miss. And I'm not saying I would have scored because it would have been. I don't know if I would have scored, but I don't feel like I would have definitely not scored. Do you know what I'm saying? I probably won't have scored, but there was still a percentage of me that thought, you know what, maybe. I know for a fact if there was closer, it was definitely no. And just by the way their persona, she carries herself like a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? They picked a bro from the streets, bro. I don't know where they picked this dude up from. This dude, bro. I don't know where they got this dude from. A Haney rematch now. I'm good still. I don't want to see that. Shoulder injuries, BS definitely. I want to see Brian Norman Jr. fight a skilled Mexican fighter. Well, apparently they're saying Brian Norman Jr. versus Keyshawn Davis. So you know what I'm saying? We'll see. Good to see Norman Sr. supporting his son. Yeah, of course. You gotta support your son, bro. You might hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Brian Norman Jr. looks a lot a lot less stiff, a lot more nimble, and a lot more quicker with this new trainer. So I think he can get a world title shot ASAP. Well, he looked good. All right, Ronnie Shields is a good coach, but he looked good because this dude's shit in it. I don't really think you can gauge much from it. Clarissa Shields would have tried to scrap you. No, she ain't scrapping me, but um, Clarissa Shields carries herself in a different way to Alicia. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you the truth, yeah. No, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. In fact, I will say, when I was with Clarissa Shields, I asked Clarissa Shields for a picture. When I was with Alicia Baumgardner, I didn't ask Alicia Baumgardner for a picture. But I ended up getting a picture. Make of that of what you will, innit? I personally didn't ask Clarissa Shields for a picture. And the main reason why I didn't ask Alicia Baumgartner for a picture is because I was actually with a girl. Like I was with a girl in Vegas, so I couldn't do anything. That's why I was like, damn, there's nothing I could do. But I was literally when I was walking through Vegas, and there was a girl. Me and the girl was walking through Vegas, and Alicia Baumgartner was coming through the door. She was with one of her trainers, and yeah. Make of that of what you will in it. Not, I'm not trying to make it seem anything because nothing like I'm not trying to make myself seem bigger than I was. But I'm just telling you, Clarissa Shields carries herself like a celebrity. Do you know what I'm saying? Alicia Baumgartner's fire though, and she's a good fighter as well. I think Norman looks the same as he did in the Jin Sasaki fight. I think it's difficult to gauge because this dude didn't really make him show any levels. Who's the most famous fighter you've met and spoken to? Met some famous fighters, bro. In terms of all time, the ooh, I mean, I've met a lot of famous people, bro. I mean, old time fighters. I've met like Roy Jones Jr. I met um, we met Roy Jones Jr. I met Holyfield. I met. I seen Mike Tyson. I didn't speak to Mike Tyson. So that in terms of the person I've seen, Mike Tyson. I've met Tommy Hearns. I've met trying to see like two. I've never met Tyson Fury before. I've never met AJ, but I've met Dylan White. I've met Derek Chisora. I've met every other guy in England. I've met. Um, trying to see who would be the most famous fighter that I've met. Mm, met some big fighters still. Um, I don't know because I've been doing this for 10 years, so I don't actually know. Some people I've just forgotten, but most famous fighter I've seen is probably Mike Tyson. Oh, I met Bivol before. Obviously, I met Beterbiev before as well. I met both of those dudes. Um, but I wouldn't say those were the most famous because I've met Boots before. I've met um I've met bare coaches though. Like I've met Derek James. I've met Mac. I've met I met bare coaches, bro. Bare coaches. So she was moving like a local gal. I wouldn't say she was moving like a local gal, but she weren't moving like a celebrity. Who do you rate? Who do you rate? What do you mean, bro? Um, so you're saying that Alicia is more friendly, Clarissa is very intimidating. No, Clarissa wasn't intimidating at all. I spoke. You guys need to understand. I'll give you a little background story about me. You see me, yeah. In terms of talking to people, I've probably like top. I'm probably in the top 3% in the entire population in terms of engaging in conversation in like general life. Like when I was 15, I used to do like door-to-door sales. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've done like journalism since I was on, I don't know if you guys know what Match of the Day is. I was on Match of the Day when I was 8 years old. So I was actually, like, I've always been a very talkative person. When I was in journalism school, every Friday we would have to we would have to interview random people in the street. So I can talk to anyone. I can go out on the street right now and talk to anyone. I've never struggled to talk to people. I've done cold calls, I've done sales, I've done street interviews, I've done anything. So seeing people and engaging in conversation is very, very easy. Like I've my entire claim to fame or success in boxing has come from me just being able to talk to people. Because I will go to a fight and just go to a fight, we can just talk to people and end up in places that I'm not supposed to be in because I just carry myself like I'm supposed to be there. So even when I saw Clarissa Shields, I was talking to Clarissa Shields for a while before I even took a picture because we were actually talking about an article that I had written about her like 4 or 5 years before that in for a magazine, and we were talking about that for a while. So I can talk to anyone. I don't. She wasn't intimidating at all. I don't get intimidated communicating with anyone. It's just that the conversation that I was having with Clarissa Shields was very much of a professional nature. With Alicia, it was also professional, but I could tell that she's just a very different. She sees herself in a different way. She doesn't see herself like Clarissa does. Clarissa sees herself as a celebrity. But saying that, I don't know if Alicia Baumgartner's changed since then. Because when I saw Alicia Baumgartner, she wasn't as famous as she is now. I think one of the things that kind of shocked Alicia was the fact that she was walking through Vegas as a normal person, and I recognized her and approached her and was talking to her. So she was like, it was almost quite flattering for her, and she almost felt privileged. That was the difference. Who do you rate? Because obviously a AB better looker, but Clarissa Shields has mad body. I mean, for me, Alicia, but I both of them are fire. Like both of them have things that I like about them. Plus, I like Clarissa Shields' attitude. Like a Clarissa Shields, like for me, I like people that's borderline toxic still. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I kind of like that stuff, but I don't want to talk about that stuff. B Norm going to Ronnie Shields may have saved his career, slowed him down, and got him fundamentally correct. I agree with that. I agree with that. Um, Ronnie Shields is definitely a great coach. I think having your dad in the corner can be quite emotional, especially someone like B Norm, who I think fundamentally isn't as sound. So he needs the level head in the corner. Have you boxed before, bro? You know a lot about the sport still. I've been covering the sport my whole life. So I've been watching the sport my whole life. So of course. I've done journalism for like boxing journalism for 5 years before I even started YouTube. So I boxed like in the gym, but not like at any good level. But in terms of following the sport, yeah, I've been following the sport. I mean, in the last 10 years, um, I don't think you could find anyone on YouTube that could tell you more about boxing than me. Still, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've done my levels. I don't ever really talk about the things that I've done in boxing, but I'll be real with you. Like I've done. I'm only 27, and the things I've been able to accomplish or go to and see and do. Um, People who's been in the game for 30 years haven't done what I've done. Still, conversation skills is the new important networking skills you can have today. If you had a conversation, you're already ahead of the game, bro. That's how I've got everywhere in life. As I said before, the reason why I've done what I've done in boxing is only because of my ability to communicate. The reason how I even got on DR Sports was because of my communication skills with Laurie. Like anything I've ever got in life, I've got access to me and my cousin for two fights, and two of the biggest fights in history, or two of the best fights of the last 10 years. Me and my cousin got access to the official behind the closed doors weigh-in for Errol Spence versus Crawford and Beterbiev versus Bivol because of just communication. Just because we went to those fights as fans, we end up going to those fights and just getting access to so much other shit because of communication skills, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna have this conversation because last week we had this conversation and I got cooked. So I'm not gonna have this conversation. I'm gonna leave that. I went to do something. What happened in the B Norm fight? B Norm looked good. He stopped him in the second round. Shout out to B Norm. You man hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You man, let me know what you don't think is gonna happen in the um, Albright, Keyshawn Davis fight. Is it a case of Keyshawn Davis going out there trying to impress and him just looking poor? I mean, I thought Albright looked good against Martin. Albright can cause Keyshawn some problems potentially. We don't know. What do you man say? What you man saying? What you man saying? Where's Rance? Apart Rance was in Rance was in Doncaster for the fight, so I don't know if he got home and just decided to go sleep. Rance, obviously, he's going to see live tomorrow as well, so I don't know. Maybe he's only going to be live. He might only jump on for the Keyshawn Davis fight. He might have just set an alarm just for that fight. I don't know. Is that Flow Rider in the background? No, it's not. That guy look like Flow Rider though. Where's Rance? Yeah. Yeah. That's where Rance is still. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel anyway. I got Davis on points. Some people are saying Davis by knockout still. I remember you said that Crawford struggled to make weight at 147, meaning you had some access. Yeah, bruv. And I only got that access because I know how to talk, bro. Like I went into the MGM Grand and we ended up seeing Bomac and we ended up talking to Bomac and then we ended up just following Bomac to the weigh-in. And there was nobody stopping us. And when you do things with a certain level of confidence, like you're supposed to be there, like I saw Nonito Donaire weigh in, I saw Isaac Cruz weigh in, I saw Bear Fighters weigh in, and I was just there talking, mingling. I'm like, bro, how did we even get here? Keyshawn getting that late stoppage masterclass on the way, potentially. Potentially. I have Keyshawn on the cards. A lot of you lot are saying Keyshawn on the cards. Keyshawn in 8. Okay. Does any of you shout out to 50? Does any of you lot think that there's any way Albright can actually win? I don't think Nahir Albright will allow himself to get stopped. Fair enough. He getting the dub. He got the skills, even if he not locked in mentally. But Albright inside work might work him out. Okay. Bob Arum looks like on the Zaza, bro. Bob Arum smokes like apparently Bob Arum smokes like half a Z a day, bro. I heard he's a big time smoker still. I heard he smokes like half a Z a day, bro. I remember them man are rolling up flipping Sunday Times, bro. Them man are rolling up big joints, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, apparently he smokes a lot of weed, bro. I know a lot of guys who used to work for Top Rank in the in media. This is when Top Rank was at ESPN. I used to do a lot of boxing shows in America, like in just before COVID and just after COVID. And I know a lot of guys who know Bob Arum personally, and they say Bob Arum smokes a lot of weed, bro. Said, nah, Albright has no chance. He's a good fighter, though. Albright can actually box. And I think maybe if Keyshawn's a really, really, really good talent. That's the problem. Keyshawn's probably just going to be too much for Albright. But you know what? I actually think Albright will cause a lot of fighters problems at that weight class. The problem is Albright's probably going to become a gatekeeper for the world level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you beat Albright, you're probably going to go on to fight at world level. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good fighter still. But the thing is with Keyshawn, I don't need Keyshawn. I don't need to see Keyshawn fight to see if he's gonna make it to world level because he already has world level ability. You know what I'm saying? I don't really need to see that. I already know he's got it. He might, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, this dude smokes a lot of weed, bro. He smokes a hell of a lot of weed, bro. You man subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and all of those things. How many people have liked this video so far? Let's have a look. Only 16 likes. Can we get to 25 likes, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna set a likes target of 25. What are we saying? Can we get to 25 likes? What you man saying? But yeah, you man more than anything, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, or if you Rant sent you shout out to Rants, but a lot of you lot watch us but don't subscribe still. We actually do need a higher conversion of subscriptions still. Like in a month, only 25% or 20% of the people who watch us subscribe. So kind of need subscribers still. Like you man are like we put in that work still. So in return, subscriptions, it's free, innit? That stuff gave Bob the longevity, trust me. You know what I'm saying, bro. Bob is a great advocate for medicinal marijuana, bruv. Because this dude's like 97. And he don't look that age at all. Bob Arum was promoting Muhammad Ali, blood. You can tell because Bob Arum is the same age, like it was promoting the same time as Don King. And Don King looks his age. Bob Arum's 94. This guy is comfy walking around the streets like nobody's business, bro. This guy must have had like 6 organ transplants because how this dude is looking so healthy at 94. You gotta give this dude credit, bro. This dude, they say black don't crack, but this dude is defying all laws and logic, bro. Because this guy looks good, bro. Why for that? But he looks good still. They did Nahir wrong when he beat Kelvin. Why did they do him wrong? Um, here's my question to you, man. Yeah, if Keyshawn don't get the stoppage, are you using that against Keyshawn? Like, is that an asterisk against Keyshawn? Because on one hand, you can say Keyshawn's fighting Albright, and Albright's lost a bunch of times, but he's never been stopped before. Well, not a bunch of times, but he's lost a few times. So if you don't if you don't stop him, is that an asterisk against his name? Because I think Keyshawn has to look impressive, especially after how poor he was in the build up to this fight, like not making weight and all of that. Do you think he has to stop him? Yeah, 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 yeah. Facts. Is he the best promoter of all time? For me, I want to see Keyshawn with the same energy that he had in the build. If he's got the same energy in the build up that he has in the fight, then it could go one of two ways. Either he goes out and just goes out and fights reckless, kind of like Tio did against Cambosis, and then he gets picked off, or he just goes out and ices this dude. I don't know, one of the two, but either way, it's gonna be exciting. Is he the best promoter of all time? It's difficult to say. He's definitely one of. It's difficult to say. The Jays do not normally age well. Boy, you lot are saying no, he don't have to look good, or you don't have to stop him. I think he has to look. I think he has to stop him. I think if you go to a points decision, people are just gonna look at that as quite underwhelming, especially if you want Devin Haney. Because I'll be honest with you, Albright is a crafty fighter, but he ain't no Devin Haney. So if you can't stop Albright, I question whether you can stop Haney. I will say Albright probably has better punch resilience than Haney, and he definitely has better um survival. Now, in fact, Haney's got good survival skills. He definitely got better punch resilience than Haney, but if you're gonna go in a fight against Albright and can't stop him and can't hurt him, I question what you look like at 147 still. No, Albright never been stopped. I hear you, but Albright's never fought a big puncher. Do you know what I'm saying? Jermaine Ortiz wasn't a big puncher. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? He's never fought a big puncher. It has to be. He has to look good, regardless of whether it's points or knockout. He has to look good. But because of all that shit when they jumped him and all the back and forth and all the talking and then missing weight, you can't come out here and put in no shit performance, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't put in no shit performance. Why do have beef with Eddie Hearn, Shane? Why does who have beef with Eddie Hearn? What are you talking about? Frank is a big punch. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Frank Martin's a big puncher at all. Not at 40. I don't think so at all. Who Frank who is Frank knocked out at 40? I think he knocked out what's that dude's name? Rancis Bartholomew, which I'm gonna tell you look this now. The worst fight I've ever seen in history was Robert Easter Jr. versus Bartholomew. If you ain't watch that fight, It's the worst fight I've ever seen in history. I stayed up to watch that fight as well. It's the worst fight I've ever seen in my 27 years of living. I've never seen a fight worse than that. Never seen a fight worse than that. But yeah, I don't think Frank's cracking like that still. He was a big puncher at 35, but I don't think he's cracking like that at 40. I could be wrong though, but like the punches at 140, I wouldn't say Martin is one of them. They're doing the ring walks now. So yeah, you man, let me know what you lot think. I think Keyshawn Davis has to look good. In fact, let me put a poll in the chat now. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat now. Most of you don't think he's gonna win, so I'm not gonna put a poll in the chat of whether he wins. I'm gonna. I'll put a poll in the chat now. Does Keyshawn Davis have to win by knockout? Yes or no? You man, let me know what you don't think. I think if you don't win by knockout, he has to at least drop him a few times or hurt him a few times. Like you can't just come because I know Albright, he's a good crafty fighter, but because of all of the build up and all of the trash talk, and then the fact that you want big fights, Albright's brother looks just like him, but because of all of that, I want to see an impressive, comprehensive performance. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. As I said all the time, you man subscribe. We need some subscribers. I'm seeing bare you man watch but not subscribe, so subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I want to hear you lot's opinions in the poll in the post still. Most of you lot are saying no so far. He definitely has to put in an impressive performance. I just don't think he will stop him. You could be right. He might not have to stop him, but I think he has to look good. I think if he stops him, he's written some of the wrongs. But if he looks poor in his performance, then I think this hype behind Keyshawn Davis needs to get revoked still, because all of this hype behind Keyshawn, if he don't look impressive in this fight, all of this hype about him fighting Devin or him moving to 147 and all of that, that hype needs to go in the bin, bro. I agree with you on that part. He has to look good. I don't see a stoppage in this fight. Raw. You man don't see him stopping Albright. Raw, fair enough. I know Albright can take a shot still. You say hopefully we see a barn. Well, the way Keyshawn's been talking and behaving, we should see a barn burner still. But Keyshawn's got that crackhead mindset, so he might come out there fighting like a guy who's trying to fight for a flipping rock. This guy might go out there and I don't even know. But obviously, with it being a homecoming, he might want to go out there and impress. So he might go out looking for a knockout too early, which again, that might work against him as well. This fight can look very similar to Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Could look very similar. You know, when you go out there just looking for a knockout, and then the guy is slightly a bit more crafty than you think, and you make mistakes. And then once you lose momentum in a fight and that guy's gained momentum, you can't wrestle it back. Hopefully Keyshawn will put on a show. Let's hope. He needs to. Prince Asante, he needs to. Because, bruv, Keyshawn, right now, his stock is plummeting, fam. The stock in Keyshawn Davis is plummeting. The unprofessionalism, the terrible matchmaking. In fact, the matchmaking hasn't been that bad, I won't lie. But his unprofessionalism's been poor. I actually don't know why he signed to Jay Prince. Can someone tell me why Keyshawn signed to Jay Prince? What benefit does he get from signing to Jay Prince? Can someone tell me? Any Keyshawn Davis fans in the chat? I want to hear. That's the next comment I want to see. Someone answer that question for me. What was the benefit in signing to Jay Prince? I don't know. Someone let me know. Because what can Jay Prince do for your career? I don't know. This nigga seems like he's just in love with the limelight, bro. Because I don't understand why he signed to Jay Prince at all. This nigga's giving this guy free money. I don't understand why. Keyshawn stopping him, bro. He's the truth, not hype. I'll come back when it happens. Bro, I believe he's the truth. I believe you. I believe you. It's just these men are saying that he ain't the truth. I believe you, he's the truth. Copying his brother, bro. Albright's pride won't let him get stopped. Most of you lot are saying no, he don't need to stop him. Most of you lot are saying no, Keyshawn doesn't have to win by a knockout. Okay. Keyshawn has to look impressive, though. I don't care what anyone says. Keyshawn has to look impressive. Because his unprofessionalism and his talk, the way he's been talking that real shit recently, bro. But I think he beats Albright regardless. This is a true statement. I don't believe he's the truth because he doesn't believe he's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth right there. Where's Truth Teller Maxwell when we need him? That's the truth right there. That's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. That is the truth. I don't think Keyshawn believes in himself as much as his fans do. Because his fans look at Keyshawn like he's the next big thing. But Keyshawn looks at himself as a little brother. So I don't understand that. It has to be a masterclass, but I don't know about the stoppage thing. The truth is, I feel like he has to hurt him at least. Hurt him or drop him at least, bro. He has to hurt him or drop him at least. Because if you're looking to move to 147 and you ain't cracking at 140, I know Albright's got a chin, but I want to see some power. Because if you can't stop or hurt or rock Albright, who doesn't really crack and doesn't have much power, you ain't got to worry about the shots coming back at you. Then I want to know how you're going to stop Devin Haney. Because you ain't beating Devin Haney on points. I know Albright's probably got a better chin than Haney, but Albright isn't nowhere near the level of Haney, so. He did. He did. He did. No layers. He did. That's why I'm saying I don't understand why you don't say you don't want to get. I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why you lot are saying that he don't need a stoppage. I don't understand that, bro. This is what I'm saying. No layers. I agree with you. In the first fight, he hurt him a few times. He hurt him a few times. I don't want to say bare times. He hurt him a few times, couple times. Sometimes it was just down to the fact that Albright doesn't have the most straightforward stance. So sometimes he just gets himself off balance. But he did hurt him a few times. And if you lot are telling me that a few years on, he don't need a stoppage or you don't think he can stop him, then you lot must not have no faith in him. No layers, do you think he can stop him? See, the No Layers thinks he will stop him. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you lot don't think he can stop Albright, then you lot must not have much confidence in Keyshawn at all. Oh, you're saying he won't get it. The question, well, Mali, you must not be able to read, so I'll read it again for you still. The question was, does Keyshawn have to win by a knockout? I didn't say will he win by a knockout. I said, does he have to win by a knockout? This fight's about to start. We are about to start. You man hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see if Keyshawn Davis can live up to what No Layers is talking about. And what was the other dude? What was the other dude? That guy sounds like he's American. D'Angelo. D'Angelo, these men are saying that he needs a knockout. Oh, these men are saying he's the real deal, sorry. He doesn't because Keyshawn doesn't have real fans. I'm so done. And them say Keyshawn doesn't have real fans. Every Keyshawn Davis fan is a Shakur Stevenson fan. So really and truly, how much fans does he actually have? Because you only got hand-me-down fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually don't have people who believe in you. Do you know what I'm saying? They believe in Shakur, and because Shakur believes in you, they believe in you. Keyshawn Davis already on the front foot. Um, Keyshawn Davis isn't starting as aggressive as people may have thought. He is quite poised. Keyshawn Davis's jab looks really good, and his lead hand looks good. Albright naturally doing what he always does and give up ground already. He doesn't even look like he wants any front foot game. The shot that's gonna be the money shot for Keyshawn Davis today is the 2-3. That's gonna be the shot for him. If you can land the 2-3, it'll cause Albright problems. We'll see his power now. He's moved up. Yeah, we will. We will. Um, Keyshawn has at least outclass him. Yeah, he does. He has to. He has to. He has to. If you're talking about fighting the likes of Devin and Tio and all of them, man, there at 47, then Albright should be a easy lick for you still. Not easy lick, but easy lick. It's got to be an easy lick for you still. I actually wanted to see Keyshawn versus Antoine Russell, but I don't think we're going to get that now because Keyshawn can't make 140 anymore. Um, Albright has no offense. There is no attempt at an offense. So Keyshawn Davis should realize that there's no offense and there should be some level of disregard to his feet placement because when Albright's stepping forward, he's stepping forward behind nothing. So good shot from Keyshawn. That backhand right's working well. That's a good jab from Keyshawn. Keyshawn fundamentally is very sound, but you can tell mentally he thinks his way through exchanges where a lot of that stuff doesn't come natural. Do you know what I'm saying? Like here, like if you when they're at long range, look at Keyshawn Davis. Look at when Albright steps forward, you can still see that Keyshawn's thinking. It's not natural. Do you know what I'm saying? He's literally thinking his way. Like for me, I would have noticed straight away that Albright ain't stepping forward with a punch. You man, just for the next 10 seconds, just look at Albright's feet. Look at Albright's feet. Albright will step. That was a great overhand right from Keyshawn there still. Albright will step forward or step around with nothing. There's nothing, there's no purpose to his step. There's not a feint behind his step. There's not a shot behind his step. There's nothing. What is Keyshawn Davis doing? This guy drunk. My man just went and started to showboat already, my nigga. What are you doing? What are you doing, fam? This dude I actually think Keyshawn Davis might suffer from ADHD, you know. I think Keyshawn Davis actually suffers from ADHD or or autistic or something like that. We'll see his power now. He's moved up. Keyshawn has to at least outbox him if he's that guy. Key's foot feints are class. Yeah, his foot feints are class, but when Albright's stepping, he's not doing anything. When Albright steps, Albright ain't doing nothing. So for me, someone like Keyshawn, who I think is naturally more explosive than Albright, as soon as you see that foot step forward, whilst that foot's in transition from backwards to front foot and the weight transitions to his front foot, that's when I'm looking to step on him because he can't transition back out. And it's definitely got ADHD. You know, I think Keyshawn definitely has ADHD, bro. Like this guy's or autism. Like this dude just got the jitters. Like if you look at this dude, bro. Nothing happened, and this dude just started spinning in the ring. Like this guy is like a pitney, bro. I don't know what happened to this youth. Like this guy, he definitely has ADHD or autism, bro. I'm telling you, that was a good job from Albright there. Albright's fighting a lot more off the front foot and a lot more attacking in this round. Keyshawn Davis, I don't know if he's buying into the kidology, but he's fighting a lot off the back foot and he's getting backed up. The footwork on the outside is decent. He's now managed to get back center ring. Good counter shot over and right from Keyshawn. Um, Keyshawn is definitely taking this fight more serious. He's not just like going in there with reckless disregard. Sorry, you can tell that he does respect Albright. He definitely respects Albright. I can tell, but he just mentally isn't as attuned as he could be. He's not. Keyshawn hasn't set any traps yet. I don't know. Keyshawn doesn't really seem like a fighter who sets much traps to me. Nahir is just stepping. Is that's what I'm saying? He's just stepping. It's not. He's been a bit more active in this round, but generally he's not really doing much with his feet. That was a good jab from Keyshawn. Good body shot from Keyshawn. I don't see the hype. I think Top Rank and his team still see it too. That was a good shot from Keyshawn Davis. He looked amazing against Jermaine Ortiz, though. I can't even lie to you. Good job from Keyshawn. Fundamentally, I know why people love him because he does a lot of things good. He does a lot of things good. So I understand why people see it. He does a lot of things good. I don't know if Nahir needs to step up. I don't know what Nahir's is Nahir here to give him rounds? Is Nahir here to give him a challenge and win the fight? I don't know what Nahir's ambitions is. So it's difficult to say that. That was a good job from Keyshawn. Good shot from Keyshawn there again. Keyshawn definitely is a faster fighter and way more explosive, but this guy's laughing in the ring. I don't know what he's finding so funny. Like, yeah, you're outlanding and you're outpointing him, but this is Nahir Albright, bro. Like, this isn't, we're in the second round and you're fighting Albright. Like, this braggadocious behavior is unnecessary and unwarranted. You don't see him beating Brian Norman Jr. Boy, if his power doesn't translate to 147, then he's going to have a long friggin' night, blood. But he can outbox Brian, though. He has a textbook technique. He just doesn't have the boxing IQ that supersedes his athleticism. He's got amazing athleticism, but does he have the boxing IQ? I mean, his IQ hasn't... He showed good IQ against Jermaine Ortiz. That's what I'm saying, bro. But mentally, I just feel like he can get under his skin and break his... You know what I'm saying? Like, someone like Devin Haney will mentally beat him before they actually fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Because mentally, he's quite weak. 50% of you men are saying he has to look good in this fight or he has to get the stoppage. Now, he needs to step it up. Keyshawn has great IQ. I'm a bit torn with that. I know why you say he's got great IQ, but he's also got something that's also mentally quite wrong with him as well. I don't know. He might have good boxing. He probably has very good boxing IQ, but he's got a very crap attention span. That was a good overhand right from Albright still. Like, yeah, Keyshawn Davis definitely has ADHD, bro. Man got hit with an overhand right and then just started. What is this guy doing? Nahir breathing a bit heavy. He shouldn't be because he ain't throwing shit. So I don't know why. And this fight is messy. Keyshawn always been a patient fighter, but being a patient fighter, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if. No, I'm glad him being a patient fighter is a good thing. I don't know if he's always been a patient fighter. He went patient against Boratrick still. He went in there like he wasn't getting paid for overtime. Is it? Nahir breathing a bit heavy. Yeah, man, I'm not saying he's breathing heavy, but nothing really ain't landed. So and he ain't really thrown nothing. So I don't know why he would be breathing so heavy. They're doing a lot of wrestling and hugging in there, but Keyshawn has all the buttons and tries to use all of them. He doesn't stick to one thing if it's going well. I don't know if that's the truth. I think Keyshawn Davis just doesn't have a great attention span. So he does things in the ring to entertain himself whilst he's in there. Because if a fight's going well, he's just gonna... That was a good shot from Keyshawn. He's just gonna try other things to see if they're going well as well. Like he doesn't have a great attention span. He gets quite bored in there. That's what I'm telling you. I think he's got autism or he's ADHD. That was a good shot that was a good shot again from Keyshawn. Keyshawn puts his punches together well still. There's no buts about that. He puts his punches together well. But then he just does some foolishness. Like, this ain't a fight where you're winning enough to be showboating. Like, Keyshawn Davis is supposed to be some killer. So, oh, that was a good shot from Keyshawn. Good over and right. That feint from Keyshawn was well. One thing that I'll say Keyshawn will struggle with, though, he does fight in spurts. So he'll throw a combination and then either tie up or just rest. He fights a lot in spurts. Keyshawn Davis is getting distracted by the guys on the outside of the ring because he just keeps looking at people on the outside. Now, Nahir Albright isn't good enough to expose that, but Keyshawn Davis isn't. You can tell he's not taking his fight that serious. But at the same time, he's winning every round. So shout out to Keyshawn, innit? That was a good jab from Keyshawn. Bro, no layers. Do you think Keyshawn Davis has ADHD or autism? Because why did it, like, this guy's got the attention span of a goldfish, bro. Nahir doesn't have offensive variety to capitalize on Keyshawn's errors. Keyshawn's not making a lot of errors in there, but yeah, he has the Aaron Ramsdale gene. That is funny. I think he's got imposter syndrome. I actually don't think so. I don't think so at all. I just think he just got no attention span, bro. This guy literally has no attention span at all. But he's a great fighter, though. I mean, he's comprehensively winning every single round. I want to see him go through the levels a bit more. That was a good shot from Keyshawn. This fight does look like it's going 12 rounds, though, I'm not going to lie. Because Keyshawn's winning this fight comfortably, but yeah. Keyshawn Keyshawn strikes me as a guy that when he gets to the top level, he will fight like he's just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he fights like he genuinely believes he's gonna win, even though he probably can win. But he just fights like he's happy to be there. Everything he does in and out of the ring is performative, which is why I think he's potentially. He just seems like a kid that never got attention from his parents. I don't know if um Keyshawn Davis's dad's in his life, but he behaves like a dude that don't really have a dad in his life because he's got terrible attention span and he doesn't have, like, there's a level of, when you think about people like Bivol and Beterbiev and the Russian fighters, they have a level of stoicism to them where they don't really give off, there's no emotional leakage, whereas this nigga's always emotionally leaking. He's got a bit of a feminine trait to him at times as well. Key by stoppage, I'm calling it now. Fair enough. I don't really see it, but you could be right. Nahir not on his level. He's just having fun in there. Yeah, I can tell. He's definitely having fun in there, but I think he needs to look at this as an opportunity to look impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nahir Albright isn't a great fighter. He's a decent fighter, but he's not a great fighter. So I actually want to see him show some, like, desire to actually go out there and be impressive, go on, put out a comprehensive performance. People have beaten Albright before. That was a good job from Albright as well. That happy to be the attitude you are talking about is imposter syndrome 101. No, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because obviously someone who suffers from imposter syndrome, they feel like they don't deserve to be there, so they're happy to be there. But yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So far, Key winning this fight. Yeah, but I don't think the question was whether he was going to win this fight. I don't think anyone in this chat questioned whether Keyshawn was going to win this fight. It's whether he was going to look impressive in this fight. And he's looked good. He's looked good. I ain't even gonna hold you. He's looked good, but I just want to see him more focused because I think he can actually stop Albright if he just switches on. I agree with you, F Texer. If he switches on, he can look good in this fight. Still, he can look like he can look and impose himself properly. As a Albright is trying to land that overhand right, but he's not really getting anywhere with it. I'll be honest with you though, that was Albright's best round. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually think that was Albright's best round. I don't know if it was enough to win the round, but it's definitely his best round. Nahir knows he's not gonna take center, so he's trying to walk him onto something. He actually took center that round. He actually took center that round. He fought a lot more off the front foot than I've seen him fight in the other two rounds before. So did you not think a lot of you lot are saying that he needs a knockout now? So what are you lot saying? Do you not think who do you think won that round? I think that was you know it's one of those ones where you know when a guy wins 12-0 on one scorecard and 11-1, and you think, oh, they may have given a sympathy round. Nahir's never been stopped or dropped in his career, I agree, but Keyshawn has hurt him in the first fight. And I think Keyshawn could look at this. I think Jermaine Ortiz had never been stopped before, and he stopped him. So you definitely can, like, if Keyshawn puts his punches together, he can cause Albright problems. I think the last round was the closest round. Chris Mannix has given that last round to Davis. I think Davis probably won it as well, but it was probably the closest round. Yeah, Keyshawn can change gears. I agree, but I don't see him doing that. This fight just looks like a comprehensive 12-0 from Keyshawn Davis. And good job, good shot. Oh, good shot from Keyshawn. Good shot from Albright. Oh, good shot from Albright. Did he just buckle Keyshawn there? But this is what I'm saying. Like, this guy just doesn't look focused, bro. Like, he looks focused at times and then just loses concentration. Like, what is wrong with this dude, fam? I'm telling you, this guy's got ADHD, bro. I'm telling you. He's got ADHD, bro. Like, mentally, this dude just just doesn't stay switched on throughout an entire fight, bro. And you think when he goes to the top level, people will just pick him off, bro. Albright needs to look at that as confidence, bro. Good shot again from Keyshawn there on the inside. Good job from Albright there. Good. Keyshawn tried to land the counter off the back foot. Now Keyshawn's focused. Keyshawn will look good. But then there'll be 30 seconds and he'll just do some foolishness again, bro. This guy's bored. He's got ADHD, blood. I'm telling you. Good job from Keyshawn Davis. Good shot from Albright. This is another decent round still, I'm not gonna lie. Keyshawn when he's focused looks really good. But then he just has moments where he just does some foolishness. Like fundamentally, Keyshawn can do everything. But mentally, I just don't know where he is still. Good shot from all Keyshawn there. I think Keyshawn's probably still done enough to win this round. But yeah, that's probably another Keyshawn Davis round. But what is this guy doing? This guy is dancing in the corner. What is this guy doing, bro? Like, my bro, this dude is disabled, fam. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this dude is disabled, bro. This dude is disabled. Yeah, I don't see Keyshawn Davis getting a knockout in this fight still. I'm calling it now. Keyshawn ain't knocking this dude out because Keyshawn doesn't even want it. This is my problem. You know when my entire problem with Keyshawn Davis is Keyshawn Davis doesn't actually know how good he is. Keyshawn Davis is so much better than he actually believes. So the Keyshawn's limitations in his career will come from Keyshawn. Keyshawn doesn't believe in himself as much as he actually as much as he should. So in fights like this where he can get the stoppage, he's just happy to get a points decision. But you can be better, bro. But because you put Shakur Stevenson on a pedestal, you've kind of cocooned yourself and allowed yourself to just to be at a certain level, and you haven't stretched yourself at all. Whether you like Devin Haney or not, Devin Haney has impregnable self-belief. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he believes he's the greatest fighter of all time. Tyson Fury was the same. Tyson Fury believed he was the greatest fighter. This is good work from Keyshawn. This is good work from Keyshawn. Step up the gears, bro. This is good work from Keyshawn. That was good work from Keyshawn there. I'm not even gonna lie. He put punches together. He stayed in the pocket, threw some combinations to the body and head. That was good work. Good shot again from Keyshawn. Good combination behind the jab. I do want to see a little bit more body punches from Keyshawn Davis, though. Good shot over and right from Keyshawn. Keyshawn's doing well in this round. This is what I want to see. Go through the levels. Start changing it up. Oh my days. What is this guy doing? Man does this showboating, and then all of his offense is gone. This is what I'm saying. No layers, no layers. This is what I'm talking about. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Prime example. Great round, putting combinations together, then start showboating, and then his offense has gone out the window again. Bro, this guy, what are you doing, bro? Stay switched on. Like, what are you doing? Albright is there for the taking, bro. Beat this dude down, bro. Beat him up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, beat him up, bro. That's why I'm so annoyed with this dude, because he's got world-class talent, bro. But he's just not, just apply yourself a bit more. Go on, step to him. Bro, ever since he's done this showboating thing, you see his offense has gone down the drain. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Stay locked in, bro. Stay locked in. You started the round well, and then you just started doing this foolishness, bro. I'm not watching this fight whether Keyshawn can win the fight, because I always knew Keyshawn was going to win. Is a talented, world-class talent. I wanted to see him put in an impressive performance. That was a great overhand left from Keyshawn Davis. Step to him again. Step to him again. Good body shot. That was Albright initiating a clinch there. Someone like Keyshawn Davis might actually need to take a loss in his career so he actually starts taking his career serious, bruv. Facts. By the way, my name's Shane still, so. But yeah, therefore, facts. Nahir's actually there to be stopped. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Nahir's there to be stopped, bro. Go and put in that work, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, stop going through these phases of just lapse and concentration. Just step to this dude, bro. Step to him. I don't think he takes a loss well. Now, he probably does. Yeah, but bro, this is my problem. Like levels, this isn't a fight where you should be showboating. Like go out there and put in that work, bro. Work this dude. You want big fights? Go out and not. Don't just win. Beat this dude up, bro. Beat this dude up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like certain fights, you can't just win. You gotta go out there and beat people up, bro. Beat him up. We already know how great of a talent you are. Do you know what I'm saying? We already know how great of a boxer you are. It's not like this fight's for a world title. You missed weight. We want to see that you're. We want to see if you can like if you're the real deal. Do you know what I'm saying? Chris Mannix gave him round 5. Yeah, but there's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference in the Ortiz fight. In the Ortiz fight, he didn't miss weight. In the Ortiz fight, he didn't have an actual rivalry with Ortiz. Like, this is a rivalry, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, I want to see that you're locked in all the way through the fight against Albright, because this is a dude that you don't like. Do you know what I'm saying? Show me you got that killer in you, bro. I ain't laughing today. I ain't laughing. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I was talking about those Eastern European fighters, they got this stoicism. I want to see that killing you. I don't mind that. I don't mind him throwing Albright on the floor. I don't mind that. Show me that you got that killer in you, bro. I don't mind that. Do you know what I'm saying? Compared to how Crawford is when compared to how Crawford is when he is fighting, he got stoic thing going in as well. But Crawford is a killer. Crawford ain't playing. I've never seen Crawford showboat in my life. Crawford don't play with people, bro. Crawford's a mean dude, bruv. Crawford is a mean dude. He's a mean guy, bruv. Keyshawn has the ability to beat people up, bro. That's why that's a great overhand right. That's why I feel like he's got the talent, because he's actually got power, he's got athleticism, he's got technical ability, he's got boxing IQ, ring generalship, he's got the amateur pedigree. Just show me the aggression, show me the spite, show me the concentration. Do you know what I'm saying? And if there's any fight that you're going to show me aggression and spite, it's against a guy that you don't like. Why don't you think he takes a loss well? He can't even handle missing weight well. He made weight. It just took him 3 times to make it. He did make weight eventually, but the fact that he missed weight and he missed weight and he lost his belt at 135, due to unprofessionalism as well. It's just a trend. That was a great combination from Keyshawn. This guy's the real deal, bro. He's got the skill. He's got all the talent in the world, bro. This guy's got all the talent in the world. All the talent. All the talent in the world. He smiled against Canelo, but he didn't showboat against Canelo. Crawford's a mean guy, bro. He's a mean dude, bro. I remember when Crawford fought Hank Lundy. He beat the dog shit out of Hank Lundy, bro. He was a mean dude. You might hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, bear man watching, not subscribing, subscribe to the channel. I don't think it's the mental pressure from Albright. I just think him personally is just a mentally unstable individual. I don't think it's the pressure from Albright at all. I just think mentally he's just unstable. Do you know what I'm saying? Keyshawn is good, can be great. He just doesn't have the intangibles to be great. I think he's a great talent still. Good shot from Keyshawn Davis there. Good job from Albright. Good shot from Keyshawn. We're in the 8th round. And all of you lot who said that Keyshawn was going to stop him, he has not looked like stopping him at one stage. And I blame Keyshawn Davis for that. Nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't know what you see. I don't know what you see, bro. Honestly, I don't know what you see. You might not like Devin, but I don't know what you see still. As God is my witness in all layers, I don't know what you see, fam. I genuinely don't know what you see. This guy, he's not struggling to deal with Albright at all, but oh, that's a good shot from Keyshawn. Over and right, step to him. Step to him. Albright felt that as well. That was terrible. Albright felt that shot as well. Keyshawn's going to step to him now. Good feint from Albright. Gave yourself a bit of round distance and space. Kind of stopped the momentum there because Keyshawn was going to unload. Bro, but yeah, I don't know what you see, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know what you see. Levels, bro, Keyshawn Davis hasn't fought anyone near the level of pedigree of Davis. When the fight gets tough, I don't know what Davis will do. When the fight gets tough, I know what Devin will do. And he's definitely not beating Devin on points. So I don't know. I don't know. What method of victory do you see? He definitely ain't beating Devin on points. There's no fighter that's beating Devin Haney on points. There's no fighter that's beating Devin Haney on points. I don't even think Boots will beat Devin Haney on points. Devin Haney wins rounds so well. Even when this dude is on no legs, he wins rounds so well. Trust me. I don't see Keyshawn beating him on points. So you must be you must see him stopping him still because he ain't beating him on points. Go on, Keyshawn. Step to him. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a missed opportunity because you could have stepped to this dude. He's biting on the feints there. Albright has made this fight quite messy and quite ugly. I won't lie to you. But Keyshawn hasn't picked hasn't chosen the right moments. And instead of showboating, he could have just been aggressive. And I showed you how in a round where he was showboating, it turned off his offense. Do you know what I'm saying? This is big. I want to see a lot more spite now. Put some spite behind some of these shots because you had him hurt. To be honest with you, I expected more from Albright. He had a great performance against Frank Martin. I didn't expect more. Keyshawn Davis is levels above Frank Martin, bro. Keyshawn Davis is levels above Frank Martin. Keyshawn Davis is a great fighter. Frank Martin's never been a great fighter. Frank Martin's been a great athlete. Frank Martin's got great power. Keyshawn Davis definitely hurt him there still. I got Dev beating Davis, me as well. Keyshawn levels above Devin. Based on what? Based on what? Based on what? What are you talking about, bro? He's not fought anywhere near the level of Devin Haney before. Devin Haney has fought levels above Keyshawn Davis. Like levels. Like he's actually fought levels above. Like Lomachenko is levels above Keyshawn. Like Abdullah Mason has already shown more, in my opinion, than him. I don't think he has because Abdullah Mason's also Abdullah Mason showed me he's got heart. But Abdullah Mason's also shown me a lot of vulnerabilities. Shakur beats Devin on points, mate. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And I don't think Shakur knows about that either. Because if he did, he would have taken the fight. I don't know about that. But Shakur can beat Devin Haney on points. He can. He can, but it'll be hard. Because if they fight at 47, Devin will grab his way through that fight, bro. Devin will grab his... That's good work from Keyshawn, starting the fight fast. Devin will grab his way through that fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Devin will impose his size over Shakur. Like Shakur will go in there. That's why Shakur wants the fight at a right weight because Shakur knows Devin. Shakur knows Devin, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Shakur knows Devin. Like Shakur knows that Devin is a The thing is, Albright hasn't looked great, but Keyshawn should have been knocking this dude out, bro. Trust me. Like, Shakur knows that Devin will impose his size. That's why he wants a weight restriction. Why would he not beat Devin on points? He's a far better boxer. You smoke crack every day of the week. You smoke crack every day of the week. You think Keyshawn Davis is a better boxer than Devin Haney? You smoke crack, bro. You smoke crack, bro. There's nothing I've ever seen from Keyshawn that tells me he's a better boxer, bro. He gets hit at a much higher percentage and he lands at a much lower percentage. What are you talking about? The definition of literally boxing is hit and don't get hit. He lands at a lower percentage and he gets hit at a higher percentage and he's fought worse opposition. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? You're talking rubbish now, bro. You're actually talking rubbish. People rate Keyshawn without him fighting one fighter close to Devin Haney's level. I don't know where it's coming from, bro. This fight is ugly, definitely. Very, very ugly. And Albright's made it ugly. Albright's made it ugly. He's made it ugly with no offense, but he's made it ugly. And Keyshawn is 27 and has not fought one person at world level. That's a fact. Level is a mad thing. Mason is still green, I agree. Key got better feet. He's got better feet than Devin. He might have better hands than Devin. He definitely don't have better feet than Devin. You are talking so much crap. and better defense. He definitely got better feet than Devin. That you can just wrap that off right there already. The footwork Devin showed in the Lomachenko fight, and Lomachenko has the greatest feet of all time. There's no fighter in the history of boxing that has better feet than Lomachenko, and Devin showed so much good feet in that fight. Keyshawn has not fought anyone with near the level of footwork of Devin. Anyone near. Bro, that you're definitely talking shit now. I don't even anything you say about Devin Haney, I realize you don't watch Devin Haney. The fact that you mentioned feet tells me you ain't watched Devin Haney. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. No layers don't say anything about Devin Haney anymore. Because honestly, like I understand you're a Keyshawn Davis fan, but that's like me saying Anthony Joshua has a better chin than Fabio Wardley. That honestly just doesn't make sense. What you're saying just levels, it just don't make sense. So I don't even want to hear anything anymore. Like honestly, I don't want to hear. Let's just watch the fight because your opinion's kind of void from this point onwards. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Still, your opinion. I'm not even gonna read anything about Devin Haney. I'm not gonna read because, bro, you're talking absolute shit. To be honest with you, Devin was supposed to shine on Loma, and he didn't. He won the fight, but didn't win the fight in the way he was supposed to. I agree. I agree. But he's fighting an elite fight. Lomachenko is an elite fighter, and we can all agree Lomachenko has the greatest feat in history. I don't know if he's the best back foot guy. I'll still give that to Dimitri Bivol, but to say he's got better feet, you're actually talking shit still. You're actually talking shit. I mean, we ain't even seen levels against Albright. Bro, I wanted to see levels against Albright. I actually wanted to see levels against Albright. Forget Devin. Let's not talk about Devin. I wanted to see levels against Albright. That's what I wanted to see. Albright is not even world level. Bro, no layers. Why have we not seen levels against Albright? That's what I want to see. Someone show me. Why have we not seen levels against Albright? Because we're in the 10th round. We're in the 10th round, and he's beating him nearly every single round, but we ain't seen levels. I wouldn't say that Keyshawn Davis is several levels ahead of Albright. I wouldn't say that. I would say he's better than Albright. He's definitely more athletic than Albright. He's definitely got more um um offensive versatility than Albright, but I wouldn't say his levels above Albright. This didn't look like a levels performance to me. Not to me. He hasn't dropped him. He hasn't rocked him. He hasn't looked like dropping him. He hasn't looked like rocking him. And he's allowed Albright to fight to Albright's pace. You, man, told me that Albright looked tired in the first 3 rounds. And Albright's managed to go through this fight at his own pace. I don't know what you lot are talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen levels today. Have you not seen levels? I haven't seen levels. You lot are talking rubbish, bro. I think Keyshawn's a great fighter, but bro, this guy has fought nowhere near world level. Nowhere near world level, bro. We're just giving this dude credit for nothing. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Albright is not even a fringe world level fighter. He's not even a fringe world level fighter. Not even a fringe. Not even fringe world level. And in my opinion, this fight has been a comprehensive Keyshawn Davis fight. But I don't know what you're talking about, bro. This is levels. He's getting smoked. He's losing every round or nearly every round, but I don't think he's getting smoked. Getting smoked is when you're beating a dude up, bro. You're still fighting in reverse. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And also, he's allowed Nahir Albright to fight to his own pace. We've all agreed that this fight's been ugly and messy. Who's ugly? Who's made the fight ugly and messy? Albright. Albright has literally dictated the pace of this fight with his ugly, messy style. If I was Keyshawn Davis, you should be able to impose your style over Albright's style. And you're winning the fight, but the fight's an ugly fight. Just because you haven't stayed focused in this fight. You should be stepping to this dude and you're dancing around the ring like, oh Lee, I don't understand. What are we doing? I told you, man, people make up shit for because some reason they like the guy. Anybody saying Devin has better everything than Davis is better everything than Devin is clinically insane. I'm not gonna lie, still. I told you, Keyshawn Davis has got ADHD, so he must have attracted a lot of ADHD fans as well. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Good job from Keyshawn Davis. This guy, this has just been one-sided, but no level shown. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you don't understand what levels mean. Like a one-sided fight doesn't mean that your levels are like, for me, Shakur Stevenson showed Teofimo levels because there was nothing Teofimo Lopez could do to break Shakur Stevenson's rhythm because he was fighting in his rhythm. Keyshawn Davis has fought at 15 different rhythms this whole entire fight. Sometimes he's showboating, sometimes he's coming behind the high guard, sometimes he's tussling and wrestling, sometimes he's boxing off the back foot, sometimes he's putting his combinations together. This dude, I don't even know what he's doing, bro. He said, "No, you're going mad." Keyshawn doesn't have elite decision making ahead, but hold on. When is the last time Devin stopped somebody? I don't think Devin's gonna stop Keyshawn. Devin definitely won't stop Keyshawn. Devin ain't stopped no one in a while, bruv. Devin ain't stopped someone probably since the Moran fight. But guess what? Devin fought Brian Norman Jr. and dropped him and then comprehensively outbeat him. In my opinion, Devin showed Brian Norman Jr. levels. Keyshawn Davis showing Jermaine Ortiz levels. He ain't showed Albright levels. He's allowed Albright to do really what he wants to do. The issue is Albright is so limited, he can't do nothing. But he's allowed Albright to tie up. He's allowed Albright to wrestle. He's allowed Albright to fight off the front foot. He's allowed Albright really to fight at his own pace. You man told me that Albright was tired. He was tired after 3 rounds. Yet this dude's still fighting. I don't understand. Levels hasn't been shown. He's just doing what he's been doing. We're in round 11, and you told me, no layers, that he could stop him. He ain't even look like stopping him. He ain't even hurt him. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Like, and you lot are making it seem like I'm shitting on Davis. The thing is, I just feel like Davis can do so much better than what he's actually doing. What a good jab. That was a good jab from Davis. Davis has every skill in the book, but he has no mentality because he has no application in the ring. Zero application, bro. Zero. And that's his problem. That will be his Achilles heel throughout his entire career. Now he's putting on the levels. Now he's putting the shots together. Now I want to see the stoppage. Come on. Come on, Keyshawn. Oh, come on, man. You can't let him tie you up there, bruv. Come on, bro. You hurt him. Go on. Keep attacking. That was a good shot there. Go on, Keyshawn. Go on. Stop him. Come on. Come on. Stop him. This is the shots that I want to see. This is good work. Go on, there's a minute and a half left in the ring, in the round. Go on, show me that you can go through the levels. This is good work, Keyshawn. This is good work. This is the work I wanted to see. This is what he could have done 4 rounds ago. This is good work from Keyshawn. He's picking his punches well right now. Keyshawn's on the front foot, backing up Albright, and you can see he's picking his shots. This is the work I wanted to see. This is good work from Keyshawn right now. This round has been the most comprehensive round from Keyshawn the whole fight. And he's not allowed Albright to break his rhythm. Oh, why are you letting this dude tie up, bro? It's like Albright heard me say that, fam. Again, fam, what are you doing? You had this guy on top. Why are you letting him just hug you, bro? Just throw punches, bro. Oh, fam. Did he miss his opportunity? Or can he go again? Yes, Keyshawn, you can go again. This is good work from Keyshawn in this round. Oh, for God's sake, bro. Bro. This is ugly, fam. He's literally wasted the last 1 minute and 20 seconds, and he goes to this showboating shit again, fam. Beat this dude up, fam. Nahir Albright's there to get beaten, bro. Beat this dude up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, beat this dude up, bro. He's there for the taking. Like, Nahir Albright can't crack, you know. I don't know if you don't know this. Like, this dude's got like 5 knockouts in his entire career, bro. Beat this dude up, bro. What is going on, fam? Keyshawn is literally chilling in there. Nahir nowhere. Nahir Albright is not world level, you know. Nahir Albright is a domestic level fighter at best. That B Norm fight was close. He definitely didn't show levels. Close. Yeah. But I'm not. Yeah. So why did I read this comment? Why did I read this comment? I said I'm not gonna listen to you when you speak about Devin. It feels like sparring. What do you think of Hergovich versus Allen? Hergovich just beat this dude up, bro. This dude came to collect a paycheck. Last time Devin got a stoppage was before Tank, but Tank put his hands on his baby. I'm like, oh my days, that is funny. And did Brian Norman Jr. get knocked out? No, he didn't. But Brian Norman Jr. is level ahead of Nahir Albright. Nahir Albright will never even fight for a world title. Again, from this point to the rest of his career, he'll never fight for. I don't even know if he's fought for a world title. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Nahir Albright has been here for the taking, and this dude ain't doing. Like, bro, you could stop this dude, bro. You can stop him, bro. You can actually stop him. I want to see non-stop aggression in this round. There's no round 13, so just empty the gas tank in this round. Unload on this dude because he's there for the taking, bro. Good shot. That's what I wanted to see. Good shot from Keyshawn. Unload on this dude, bro. Unload on this dude. Leave everything in the ring in this round. Leave everything on this in the ring. Beat this dude up from pillar to post, bro. Beat this dude up. Come on, throw some punches, Keyshawn. Come on, Keyshawn. That was a good combination there again. The aggression that he's shown in the last 2 rounds, why he didn't show this 4 or 5 rounds ago, I have no idea. Albright can't punch, he can't crack, he has no offense, and you've literally allowed this dude to coast his way to 12 rounds. What is this, bro? Come on, Keyshawn, beat this dude up now, man. Let's get this, put this dude out of his misery. Show him levels. Oh, that's a good left hook from Keyshawn Davis, and he loads up on a left hook and gets and misses by a mile away. But that was a great left hook from Keyshawn Davis, though. Good job, good combination. Oh, that's a good overhand right from Keyshawn Davis. See, if he put these punches together about 3 rounds ago, Nahir Albright would be in trouble, and he's in trouble right now. He is in trouble right now. Can Keyshawn get the late stoppage? He is in trouble right now. Don't let the dude tie you up, bro. Come on, man. Don't let him tie you up. Come on, go for the kill. Come on, put these punches together for God's sake, blood. One thing the Nahir Albright's done is survive. He's definitely survived in this fight still. He's definitely survived. He showed good survival instincts. But Keyshawn Davis has allowed him to do that still. Don't let this dude just tie you up at his will. Go on. Go on, he's hurt again. Yes, put these punches together, Keyshawn. Come on. Come on, Keyshawn. Great jab. Good jab to the body. Good combination overhand right. Good overhand left. Good body shot. Nahir Albright is in survival mode now. He's definitely trying to survive. Keyshawn's emptying the gas tank now. I think he should have done it 3 rounds ago, 4 rounds ago. But he's definitely putting the offense together now. Go on, Keyshawn. You could have done this earlier, but come on, Keyshawn. Don't let him tie you up. Come on, let me see you. I don't mind that. I don't mind you punching on the break. Show me that you want to go for the kill. There's 20 seconds left. Oh, that's a good overhand right from Albright still, but oh, fam, you could have beat this dude up even more, bro. I think we're going into the last 10 seconds of the fight. Keyshawn Davis has definitely won this fight. It's just I am so vexed, blood. Why did you not do this 4 rounds ago, bro? Why did you not do this 4 rounds ago, bro? Why did he do this 4 rounds? Not do this 4 rounds ago? Why did you not do this 4 rounds ago? Come on, fam. But comprehensive win. Comprehensive win. Here's a decent fighter, but Key should be putting. Yeah, you could tell. This is the thing, yeah. I've long said this. Yeah, that Keyshawn Davis should be stopping this dude. I said that. I said Keyshawn should have been stopping this dude. And we saw what he done in the last 2 rounds. He could have stopped him. But he didn't do that earlier in the fight. And that's because of his mentality. His mentality wasn't kill. His mentality was to showboat, stick his tongue out, look in the crowd, kill this dude, bro. Kill this dude. The problem I have with Keyshawn is the same problem I had with what's that dude, Ben Whitaker. Bro, what are you dancing in the ring for? Punch this man up, bro. I don't want to see you dance. Devin just called Keyshawn out on Twitter. Tell Bill send my boy the contract. Lol. Going 12 is crazy. Easy work. It was easy work still. Where are you watching these fights? Do you have pay? I got the zone still, so that's why I watch the fights. Devin don't run. Devin sees food, not gonna lie. I am disappointed with Keyshawn still, even though he won comprehensively. But he was supposed to win comprehensively. He's fighting a C-level fighter at best. He's fighting a C-level fighter at best. He's supposed to win comprehensively. And he could have stopped the dude. But he didn't try to stop the dude until the last 2 rounds, which I have no idea why. I have more faith in Keyshawn than Keyshawn Davis fans. Because Keyshawn Davis fans are telling me he's showing levels. He only showed levels in the last 2 rounds. That's levels. What he done in the last 2 rounds is levels. That's the real levels. That's what is real levels. He should have done that from round 5, 6, 7. That's what he should have done. Someone explain to me why he never done that. I have no idea. Like, man, them are celebrating this win like they actually thought Keyshawn was gonna lose. Keyshawn was always gonna win this fight. What we saw in the last 2 rounds, we should have seen from round 5, in my opinion. Yeah, you're right. He's still talking about I had fun in there. Bro, this is a boxing match, bro. Beat this dude up, bro. Beat this dude up. What I saw in the last 2 rounds is why I'm vexed with Keyshawn Davis. Because he has all the talent and all the ability. But it's a waste of talent, bro. Because you don't have no mind. He doesn't have the mindset for this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a waste of talent. He's got all the talent. Is Albright crying? Keyshawn Davis beat the brakes out of from this dude, but the last 2 rounds showed me that he could have stopped him. This was a Davis dog walks Devin, bro. You're talking. I don't see that. I don't see that still. I don't see that still. I don't know. You lot give people credit before they actually do anything. What has Davis ever done in his career? Someone tell me. Devin could have stopped him mad early. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Davis could have stopped him mad early. He could have. A strong finish from Key. That's my point. He finished so strong. He should have ended. He should have started the fight like that, bro. He should have started the fight like that. Look at Albright's face. He got effed up. Bro, are you telling me that he couldn't have stopped him? Are you telling me no layers he couldn't have stopped him? Are you telling me that? Is that what you're telling me, no layers? You're telling me that Keyshawn couldn't have stopped him. Is that what you're telling me? Because I think Keyshawn could have stopped him. Keyshawn just started to fight in the last 2 rounds. Someone tell me why that's good enough. He should have been fighting like that from round 6, 7, 8, bro. What are you talking about? Devin ain't no Nahir, bro. I don't know what Keyshawn has never fought a B level fighter yet. So he's fought Jermaine Ortiz and he fought well in that fight. Do you know what I'm saying? He fought well in that fight. Keyshawn ain't unlocked ultra instinct like Shakur. He definitely ain't ready for bro. Shakur's levels above this dude because Shakur has a better mindset, not because Shakur has better skills. Shakur don't have that much better skills than Keyshawn. Shakur just has a better mindset than Keyshawn. Shakur has an elite mindset. Keyshawn Davis doesn't have an elite mindset. This dude's celebrating a win over Albright like he beat flipping Artur Beterbiev, bro. You beat Albright. This dude is not a great fighter, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, Keyshawn has the same level of ability as the Devins, the Tanks, the Shakors. He has the same level of ability. Same level of ability. But he has the mindset of a journeyman, bro. Not a journeyman, but he has a mindset of a contender. He don't have a mindset of a world champion. Trust me. People are talking like Devin is not here. I don't know, bro. I don't know what people are talking about. I'm looking at skills and ability. Keyshawn is far above Kaney. Okay, bro. Like, okay. You're looking at how can you even say that when Keyshawn hasn't fought a world level fighter? How can you say that? Answer that. Your next statement should be who has Keyshawn fought to make you know that he has A level ability? Who has he fought? Who has he fought that makes you think he has A level ability? Because right now you sound like a Christian. You sound like a person who just has faith, but no logic behind your faith, bro. People forget Nahir works as a full-time nurse. I didn't even know that. That's funny. Nahir is tough, bro. Ref would have stopped it. Bro, he didn't try to. Keyshawn Davis could have been aggressive earlier in the fight. What are we talking about, bro? He didn't start fighting until round 11. He should have been fighting like that in round 7. Maybe I'm the only one who doesn't see what people see about Keyshawn. He's 27 and has fought less. I agree. I agree. Mate, Devin got slumped by Ryan. Okay, that's fine. He did. He did. He got beat by Ryan comprehensively. That's true. I don't know what that point's supposed to mean. I'm talking about Keyshawn Davis's limitations. I'm not talking about Devin Haney's limitations. I've seen Devin Haney fight guys and beat them who I thought he was gonna struggle with. So I don't know what what that statement was for still. But the question is, can Can Devin push Key to his limits? Bro, you man are talking shit, bro. What are you lot talking about, bro? What are you actually talking about? What are we talking about? Can Keyshawn beat Devin based on ability? Yes. But does he have the mindset? No. He don't have the mindset, bro. He don't have the mindset. This dude didn't start fighting until round 11. The whole other 10 rounds, this dude was showboating. He could have stopped this dude, bro. He could have stopped him. Man's playing with his food like some idiot, bro. You could have stopped the dude, bro. You're going to need a killer mindset, which he's never shown me. He's never shown me that, bro. Bro, I actually feel like you guys underestimate the importance of your boxer's mentality, bro. He does not have a world champion's mentality, bro. He doesn't have it. How many man didn't make it in football and had the ability? That's what I'm telling you, bro. Tank's baby mum knows about Tank's talent, lol. The way he stopped OT showed me he's one of the best fighters in the world. Okay, cool. I agree with you. So what happened today? What happened today? Because he showed me in the last 2 rounds that he could have stopped him. Answer me, why did he not stop him? Why did he not go aggressive in the early rounds? Answer me that. Answer me that. Ortiz has never won a world title, and Ortiz has failed at world level twice to 2 smaller guys. He failed at 135 to Lomachenko, and he failed at 140 to Teofimo Lopez. So we already know Ortiz has lost to 2 people that also failed at world level. So how good was Ortiz? I genuinely don't know, but you gotta give him credit. Keyshawn looked good in that fight. Keyshawn looked real good in that fight. He looked amazing in that fight. So I thought he was coming in this fight to put belt to ass. And what we saw in the last 2 rounds proves my point even more. That he has the ability, he has the talent, he has the skills to beat this dude down. He could have stopped him, but he didn't. Because he doesn't have the championship mentality. Everyone is talking about he beats Devin. I'm not even sure he beats Brian Norman Jr. Now he's more skillful than Brian, definitely. That Ortiz camp was with Shakur. This camp was solo. That's the difference. Well, that doesn't mean nothing to me, bro. That means nothing to me. Technically, he did lose to Teofimo, but I believe he low-key got robbed. I actually thought he beat. No, I thought Teo won that fight. It's basic maths. Keyshawn has Ryan Power with Shakur's skill set. That's the recipe for disaster for Devin. Think. Okay. Nobody comment from this point onwards because this dude's going to get cooked. So Keyshawn Davis has Ryan Garcia Power and Shakur's skill set. Ryan Garcia has shown me that he can beat and drop world level fighters. I don't really rate Barrios, but he dropped world level fighters at 147. That's what he showed me. Shakur Stevenson has shown me that he can beat world level fighters at 140. So your mindset that Keyshawn Davis has Shakur level skill set is based on faith. You want to know why it's based on faith? Because he hasn't fought anyone at world level, bro. So you don't know if he has that skill set. I think he has the talent of a Shakur Stevenson. I think he has the talent of a Devin Haney, but his skill set does not know. He does not have Shakur level skill set, bro. Shakur has fought world level fighters. Oscar Valdez was a world level fighter when he fought him. Jamel Herring was a world level fighter when he fought him. Teofimo Lopez was a world level fighter when he fought him. He showed me he's got world level skills. Ryan has shown me that he has world level power. He's beaten dudes who fight at world level. Keyshawn Davis has not shown me he's got world level skill set. He hasn't shown me that. And one thing he definitely hasn't shown me, he's got a world level mindset because mentally he's broken. And Charlie Rendon, I genuinely feel like you don't think mentality has anything to do with boxing. So let me actually tell you what you're failing to acknowledge. Fabio Wardley has far less skills than Anthony Joshua. Far less skills. But he has the mindset that when he fought Dubois, he was willing to fight back and actually fight, and he got a knockdown and he went further in the fight and was way more competitive than Anthony Joshua. You want to know why? Because he has a better mindset, bro. That's the problem. Ryan Garcia has a better mindset than Keyshawn Davis, bro. Ryan Garcia goes in the ring with everyone and thinks he is going to win. Keyshawn Davis don't think that. Because Keyshawn Davis does not think if he fights Shakur, he wins. Keyshawn Davis, in his mind, already sees himself as inferior. That's the problem, bro. I don't care about any of that what you're talking about, bro. Power, skill, none of that, because you don't have the mindset. Keyshawn Davis will go has never fought an elite fighter under the lights. Never. So Ryan Garcia, for all his limitations, bro, Ryan Garcia has an elite level mindset. Do you want to know why? Because Ryan Garcia goes in every fight thinking that he's going to win. I don't know that Keyshawn Davis does that. And you know why I know I don't think he does that? Because if he believed that, he wouldn't even be celebrating an Albright win. He'd be looking at Albright like easy work. I'm supposed to beat this dude. I'm not even celebrating this win. That's what he's supposed to look at. He wouldn't be showboating. He would be looking at this dude like, bro, I'm going to knock this dude out. Wait, that's what he'll be doing, bro. That's what he will be doing. He'll be beating this dude comprehensively, knocking this dude out comfortably. That's what he'll be doing if he had the elite mindset. Because he had all the skills to stop Albright today, all the power, all the talent, all the speed, but he didn't because he doesn't have a championship mindset. And that's what you fail to acknowledge, bro. That's what you fail to acknowledge. He's got a weak mindset, bro. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know if he could beat Devin, but wouldn't shock me if he did. A lot of these fighters got a lot of questions that need to be answered. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered about Keyshawn. No way we are rating Barrios. I don't rate Barrios. I don't rate Barrios at all. But Barrios is a world level fighter. He's fought for a world title. He's a world level fighter. So just by definition, he's a world level fighter. Ryan Garcia has fought Devin Haney. So Ryan Garcia has shown me that he can fight at world level and his power carries to world level. That's what I'm telling you, bro. One thing that Shakur has that Keyshawn doesn't have is the ability to avoid getting tied up by Nahir. That's very true. I'm just surprised nobody in this chat is calling Ortiz and Albright cherry picks. I don't know if they're cherry picks, but he hasn't fought anyone elite. Shakur never had a fight that looks like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a fact. Even if Devin cherry picks, it's better than Keyshawn Davis fights. That's a fact. Wouldn't say Ortiz is a cherry pick, but Keyshawn probably. Yeah, I don't say that's a cherry pick. I disagree with you. Ryan Garcia. He ain't ish with them drugs in his system. Barrios took the money and sold his bill. I agree with that. I don't want to bring up drugs because people don't acknowledge that, so it's cool. But I'm gonna cook you. Who is more skilled, Moses or AJ? At this current stage, Moses. But over the course of, if you look at AJ's career, I'd say AJ. AJ's shown me more ability across his career because he's fought world level fighters. So yeah, skill set, mindset. So you think skills are more important than mindset? Is that what you think? You think skills is more important than mindset? You don't know boxing, bro. If you think skills are more important than championship mentality, you don't know boxing, bro. Honestly, you just don't know boxing. I'll just be honest. Like if you think skills are more important than mentality, you don't know boxing. The way people talk, you'd think Ryan stopped Devin. Ryan couldn't stop him even on PEDs. Keyshawn beats Ryan Lowit. He could. He might. But the problem is Keyshawn don't fight Ryan. Keyshawn's fighting Albright. That's my problem. Keyshawn has the talent. People act like I'm not giving. Keyshawn has the talent. People need to listen. He has the talent. He doesn't have a champion. He doesn't have a champion's mindset, bro. And nobody can tell me otherwise. No one can tell me otherwise, bro. That ain't true. Ryan have elite ped usage. I agree with that. Preach Shane. Keyshawn beats Ryan, still Shane. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't beat Ryan Garcia. The problem is he won't fight Ryan Garcia because he doesn't have a championship mindset. There's a reason why Ryan Garcia went in there with a fight. Ryan Garcia, for all intents and purposes, he's fought he's fought good fighters, bro. Ryan Garcia is not afraid to fight good fighters. Do you know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia has a championship mindset. His ability doesn't match his skill set, but his mentality doesn't match his skill set, but because of his mentality, he's gone further in his career. That's the problem. Why is Keyshawn the same age as Devin, but Devin's a freeweight world champion and undisputed champion, and Keyshawn's never fought a world level fighter? Because of his mindset, bro, not because of his ability. Mindset is more important. I don't know what you guys, you guys don't know boxing, bro. I don't even know why I'm even explaining the basics of boxing. This isn't getting clipped for when he smokes Haney. But I don't even think he fights Haney. That's the problem. I don't even know if he fights Haney. He was flipping the hair. All Haney does is clinch. Okay, he might win clinching though. Keyshawn got both. He's got mindset. He's got mindset. So a guy who takes smokes weed before a championship fight, he's got a championship mindset. A guy who misses weight, he's got championship mindset. A guy who publicly said, I will fight Teofimo Lopez after Shakur Stevenson beats him. He's got championship mindset. A guy who publicly said that I will never fight Shakur Stevenson for any money. A guy who publicly said that Shakur Stevenson is better than him. That's championship mindset, bro. That's championship mindset. How is that championship mindset, bro? A guy that deliberately doesn't enforce a mandatory so his big brother can fight the dude before he does. That's championship mindset, bro. A guy who decides to fight Albright and only starts to go aggressive in the 11th and 12th round is championship mindset, bro. A guy who was 27 years old and has never fought a world level fighter is championship mindset. Is that what we're saying? Bro, the bar is low, fam. The bar is low, bro. The bar is low, bro. You're chatting all shades of shit, fam. You are chatting shit, fam. Good fight from Keyshawn, but he can't F with he could. He actually can. He actually can mess with Devin. But he don't have the mentality, bro. That's what I'm telling you. He actually can. He does have the talent, but he don't have the mentality, bro. That's what I'm telling you, bro. He has the talent. This dude will probably go in the fight with Devin Haney overweight. He'll probably go in the fight. He'll probably go in the fight with Devin Haney and start showboating when he's losing. Like, that's my problem. That's his mentality, bro. This guy is suffering from some form of I'm telling you, him and AJ need to go on a trip to Oz and get a brain, fam. I'm telling you, you don't have the mindset, bro. I actually think AJ should have stayed with Robert Garcia. I don't know about that still. AJ was done even before that. Yeah, skills pay the bills. Dave Allen has an elite mindset. Dave Allen does not have an elite mindset, so you're chatting shit. Dave Allen doesn't have an elite mindset. So what are you talking about, bro? You're talking absolute crap. Only so far skills can take. Only so far skills can take you, my friend. I don't know what you're saying there. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. But when you have elite talent, which all Shakur, Devin, all of these men have elite talent, you need elite mindset as well, bro. That's what you need. That's what you need. And he doesn't have it. The problem is there's not a world level fighter in boxing right now that does not have championship mindset. There's not one. Not Bam, not Benavidez, not Usyk, not Bivol, not Beterbiev, not Shakur, not Devin, not Navarrete. None of these dudes will publicly say another dude's gonna beat me. None of them. None of them will ever say that. Ever. None of them will ever say that. Ever, because they got a championship mindset, bro. And that's why he's 27 and he still ain't fought no world level fighter, because he don't believe in himself, bro. This dude is celebrating a Nahir Albright win like he just won Olympic gold medal, bro. This dude was dancing and singing in an when he lost to Andy Cruz in the Olympics final. This dude is celebrating like he just won something. Bro, that's not elite mindset, bro. When Shakur lost to Robisi Ramirez, he was crying because he wants to win, bro. That's what I'm talking about, elite mindset, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. We don't have it, fam. They both, Shakur and Keyshawn was in the same position. They both lost in the Olympics. Who showed more elite mindset? Shakur or Keyshawn? Shakur literally started crying because he didn't want to lose, bro. Keyshawn looked like he was happy to lose. He looked like he was happy to lose, bro. You can't tell me he's got championship mindset, bro. You lot chatting shit. Ryan is not unbeatable, just failed the drug test. I agree. Keyshawn is still fighting. Fighters. Devin was fighting in 2021. I agree. We've never seen Keyshawn fight under adversity. I agree. Key turned pro in 2001. He's playing catch up. Why did he turn pro in 2001? Why did he? He's the same age as Devin Haney. Why did he turn pro in 2001? Why? Why did he turn pro in 2001? Did you not know? Did you know what was happening in the amateur setup here in America, bro? He was getting pieced, bro. He weren't at their level, bro. Keyshawn was seen as a young buck, even though he was the same age as these dudes. even T.O. even said it, bro. Keyshawn Davis weren't levels, bro. When in the amateur setup, he waited until the great crop went pro. That's when he decided to go to the Olympics. He didn't make the original Olympic trials. What we look talking about, bro? You lot just learned about Keyshawn Davis today. That's what I'm telling you. Like, these guys are just, bro. I've always said this guy has the talent, but he don't have the mindset, bro. I've always said that. Devin has the best resume in boxing for his age. That's not even a debate. Everyone misses weight class at everyone misses weight at least once. That's a load of shit, because that's a load of crap. Not everyone misses weight still. He knows the dark arts, that's experience. If people think mindset doesn't matter, hasn't played sport, bro. Mindset is 90% of boxing, bro. Saying Ryan has elite mindset is mind game. Shane definitely not your best take, bro. I've always said Ryan has an elite mindset. You wanna know why? Ryan's belief in himself is 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 pure, is complete load of shit. His belief in himself I don't know how he's got that level of belief, but no one can't tell me you don't have belief, bro. This dude believes in himself, bro. This dude has elite mindset. Like, he has a mindset where he believes he's the best. You can't tell Ryan Garcia he's not the best fighter in the world. You can't tell him that. Now, that might be delusion, but for me, Ryan Garcia has shown me in numerous occasions that he's not afraid to actually Sorry about that, you man. Someone phoned my phone, and that kind of pissed me off. Like, someone actually phoned my phone. Um, and I'm like, bro, it's flipping 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get through these comments, and I'm gonna call it a day still. Um, Mike Tyson did use coke before his fights. Laughing. I can't wait for this fight. They need to make this fight happen. Keyshawn to me is the generation Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is a 4-weight world champion. Dave doesn't give a shit about anything but food and peas. Conor Ben has an elite mindset. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. What are you talking about, bro? No, he doesn't. He actually doesn't. He just don't have father figure or logical older. I think that's a big problem as well. Spot on Shane, but I wouldn't be on crying TV. What are you talking about, bro? Mindset is 99% of sports in general. Ryan's belief in himself comes from PEDs. Not all the time, still. But maybe it does. But I don't want to bring up drugs, because people say, "Oh, Devin Haney fans always talk about drugs," and I'm not even a Devin Haney fan. I just think Devin Haney has a championship mindset, just like Bivol and Benavides, and just like Beterbiev, just like Usyk or flipping Crawford. Ryan Garcia belief in is connected to his pets, probably. I thought it was just me that saw Shane's cancer freeze. I don't think he meant camera. It's mindset, bro. When you're a winner and want to win so bad and you didn't win, it happens. Go check Keyshawn losing and then check Shakur. You will see the difference. That's literally what I just said. That's literally what I just said, bro. That is literally what I just said. But we've been live for 3 hours and it's mad late still. So you might hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Levels, big. We'll be live on Monday. We'll be live on yeah, we'll be live on Monday, and we'll be live on um we'll be live for next week's card, Usyk versus Rico, and um Giasov versus Jack Catterall. Yeah, big you up. Shout out to everybody still. Big up, love my G's. Um, yeah, the Keyshawn Davis train keeps going. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, World class talent, but to me right now it's looking like a waste of talent. But live for Arsenal game or just a pod? I don't know. You have to ask Nick about that still. Love my G's. Love guys, bro. Big thanks for tuning in still.